I sent Eric a email link.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, then hell, he should have it then.
This is Google Plus deal, so yeah, he should be able to get in through there.
Oh, okay, cool. Oh, I see you, Chris.
What?
I see you. Let me turn this shit down. Good old Michael Lee. Mike, you going to get in here with us tonight, boss? Come on now. You're like a phantom. You're there and then you're not. What'd you get into today as far as work?
Well, I wasn't going to work at all today, and then my realtor, man, she had a young couple that just bought their first house, and they had a home inspection, and there's Eric, but they had a home inspection, and the first night they was there, the air conditioner worked and never worked again after that. And that was last weekend.
Mm.
So she called me. She recommended me to them because they had called one of the other companies here in town, and they said they were 2 weeks out on service. And she called. They weren't from around here, and she said, "Well, I've got a guy. Let me call him." So she asked me if I could try and get him in. So I said, "Yeah." I said I wasn't going to work tomorrow, but I'll go by and look at it. And it was a 2,000 square foot house that had I wouldn't call it a complete 2-story because it's just got like a master bedroom on the second story. It's an older home, but when I was outside, the condenser was just filthy. So while I was outside cleaning the condenser, the neighbor man walked over and he said, "You're about the 8th or 9th person to work on this since they put that system in 4 or 5 years ago." I said, "Oh, yeah?" He said, "Yep." He said, "There's usually somebody here about once every 2 or 3 weeks, all summer long."
Oh, man.
I said, "Oh, yeah?" And he's like, "Yeah, I knew the guy that remodeled that house." He said he did all the duct work and put the system in, and then he had to call somebody to hook it up for him.
Oh, God.
So it's a Goodman unit, so I'm imagining it's probably a internet buy.
I'd second that motion.
So they've got a 4-ton system, and I didn't do any loads or calculations, but from what I know of the house and from what I could see, that's going to be close, but I'm going to say it's probably a half-ton over, which not too critical being a half-ton, but I told them, they asked me if I would do a loads and calculations on the house because they wanted to make sure what they had was correct. So I told them I would when I come back, because it actually, once I got the condenser clean, it was way low, and it was 410A. And I ended up having to put 5.5 pounds of refrigerant in it. So anyways, I shut it off, stuck the leak detector in the evaporator coil, and I didn't get any hits on it. And I kind of checked a few things right there. So I went ahead and put dye in it, because I tried to check the condenser, but it was pretty windy today. So I told him I'd go ahead and put some dye in it, and I'll come back when things slow down a little bit, and we'll see if we can't find the leak.
Was it so? All right, so it was a complete install, new refrigerant lines and everything. So when they got
looked like it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, it looked like it to me.
Okay.
So.
And was it aluminum coil, indoor coil, or was it copper?
Yeah.
It was aluminum. Huh.
Yeah.
That's odd. Huh. It must be so.
I wonder.
Go ahead.
I'm wondering if it's not outside or in the line set somewhere.
It's either, it might be in the line set, or it's being that it's an aluminum coil. Was it a piston?
Yes.
Okay. Do those Goodman coils have those Schrader valve things on the inside of them, like some coils do, like for adding TXVs?
Yes.
Did you pick anything up around it?
Nope.
No.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Nope.
Dang on.
So we'll see.
Well,
we'll see what the die comes back with.
It may be so. It may be so low that it's just, or it may be so small.
I went ahead and once
it may be so. It may be so. The leak must be so small rather that the leak detector didn't pick it up. Was what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah, the neighbor man did tell me that last summer before the other people moved out, he said they had went on vacation and he had to call them because he said I looked outside and he said that unit was a giant ice cube.
Oh.
Which the compressor on it, once I got it charged, the compressor didn't sound none too healthy.
All right, I got one for you. I'm gonna chew you.
No, we cannot hear you, Eric.
Chew your ear on this one there, Chris. I put a system in back in October, 2-ton TMM6 and a 2-ton American Standard pump outside.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay. I went back. It worked in heating perfect. Okay. But when it turned to air conditioning season, probably around April when it started getting really hot, we had our ups and downs. He said it would run. It would maintain temperature in the house. He had it to 74, but when you go back to check it, the thermostat would be like at factory default settings, or it was messed up. All right. And I was there and observed it about 2 weeks ago, and the unit would run and then shut off, come back on, shut off, like it was like a float switch was tripping. Okay. So I went upstairs and I disconnected one of my safeties and I just left the pan switch on. There's a little bit of water in the pan, but it was like at the back of the return, probably from humidity. So I didn't think much about it. Well, I replaced the thermostat. Never heard nothing back from him for 2 weeks. So he finally calls me today, and I asked him, I said, has it been running correctly? And he says, no. He says, it'll run, then it stop. Start, stop, start, stop. When he was out there today mowing the grass, the compressor sounded like it was coming on. Basically, the compressor was tripped out on thermal overload. Okay. My question is, and let me back up and punt for just a second. And every time he sets the thermostat, and it's just a basic thermostat. No, it's programmable, but it's a slide type. It's not. It's a basic thermostat, on off. You can program it if you want, and then again, you don't have to. It'll reset to default, factory default, and I have batteries in it. Okay, and it is hooked up to a common. What do y'all think would be causing this problem, and where do you think I need to look when I go on Monday to check it out?
I would probably start with the most basic in the situation. I'd start checking polarity first.
Okay, do you think like polarity as in line voltage?
Start with that's what I just default to that anytime I've got something strange going on with low voltage. I'll start there and make sure the polarity to the unit's correct, and then I would start checking, making sure all your low voltage connections are good and tight. Did you run all new wires, or did you?
No, I used
existing.
I used existing. So, and
okay.
I just used existing. I I did have to add a splice outside and upstairs, but not a very long piece upstairs or outside.
I'd check those. I'd check, make sure all your connections on your safeties are good. I would disconnect common from the thermostat and let it, and then see if it still does it. If it goes back to default, leave just let it run off the batteries.
Okay, so just take default off the thermostat.
Right.
Not off the air handler to the outdoor unit.
Right. I'd check on the board, make sure all your Stay-Cons are good and tight. You don't have any loose Stay-Cons, loose pins.
Okay.
Check all that. Start grab your wire bundles and kind of move them around and simulate more than what the vibration would be when the unit's first kicking on or trying to run. Does it ever just run and work fine, or is it just a constant switch on, switch off?
He didn't exactly say. When I was there, it did it like clicked on and clicked off until I unhooked the pan switch, not the drain pan switch, but my SS2, and just took it out of the equation. And when I did, then when I changed the thermostat, when I was there, it proceeded to work fine.
Is it horizontal upflow, downflow?
It's horizontal left.
Okay.
So it's in an attic.
All right. You got a trap in it and everything, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Now because of how I had to put it in there, I couldn't put a P trap. I had to put a running trap in it.
Okay. I'm just thinking, if you had one time, I had it happen where I had a unit that the safety switch on the auxiliary port, the unit would go to kick on, and as soon as that PSC motor would kick real hard, that pressure differential would cause that switch to make and then not make.
Gotcha.
So just something to check. And that actually came relays?
From.
Do what now?
You have one of those ICM lockout relays?
On it, I don't know. I'd have to.
Not on it, but I'm saying for a tester, right? You can get an ICM lockout relay for a tester if something's happening intermittent, and put it on that safety switch. It'll shut it down and it won't come back on.
Okay.
And it was the safety switch that did it. Or they make milliamp things. They're called tattletales. You can get them online, and it's like a milliamp fuse.
Okay.
And you wire that with, like across where the safety switch connects to. And when the safety switch opens, the power will try to go across that milliamp fuse. And since it can't carry that much power, it'll just pop. And they're real cheap. And they even make resettable ones too.
Okay.
But it could be a thermostat too. I mean,
I just replaced it.
Oh, it's still doing it with the replaced stat. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I must have missed that part. So
yeah.
What brand of stat? What brand of stat was it?
Well, I had a Brayburn 5220 and I replaced it with a Pro Select. So, and it's still doing it. So I had something similar like this happen on another unit I was working on earlier, not this week, but last week. And it turned out to be a common that was touching, or a broke common, let's put it that way. I'll try. I'll like I said, I'll start from scratch. I'll make sure I got good power outside. It's not a line voltage issue, and I'll just go from there. I'm gonna be screwed if it's a damn short, because I hate low voltage shorts. I'm gonna be there a while if it is. The thing about it is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I can't remember what it's called. I've got the little light that you put in, and then when the light goes you've got connection, but if the light's on, you have a short. I can't think of what it's called. Short Pro or something like that.
Okay.
But
All right.
If you're using a stat with any kind of good continuity or good resistance range too, but you could unplug the common from being grounded and unplug it from everything, and then you can know whether you check to ground. If you unplug the common from ground and you have a resistance to ground, you have a short to ground, or you can unwire stuff and check shorts to common as well.
Okay. All right. Well, it's just starting to be a thorn in my side. I mean, it must have been an intermittent problem that started a while back, and it just starting to get worse. So I'm hoping I don't. If it is a short, hopefully it's in maybe like a splice or something that I did, and it's not.
Right.
But we'll see.
If it's a splice too, if it's outside and it's really corroded, that could be an issue.
Mm-hmm.
If it had accelerated corrosion.
I looked at that because I went back, like I said, 2 weeks ago. I went on the weekend and looked at that, and it didn't look. All my wires looked good and everything. Besides, I tape everything up, and cover up my wire nuts and all. So, but I don't know.
They that change out we done at that school administration building. They had 3 junction boxes up in that attic, all with low voltage and high voltage running through them. And yeah, and we went to fire everything up when we were done, and 2 of the units, we left the furnaces. They were high efficient. They were the 90 plus carriers, but they were probably 6 to 8 years old, somewhere right in there. And one of them, we got it all hooked up, and I went down to turn the thermostat on, and it wouldn't come on. I called, and we were trying to figure out what's going on, because that unit, all we did was break ductwork loose and break the vent and flue pipe loose and slide it out of the way. Yeah. So we could get the other one through there. We didn't do anything with high and low voltage, but all of a sudden it wouldn't, But I had never seen it run, because when I was there to bid the job, it had a burnt compressor. And anyways, long story short, I call the maintenance man. He's like, oh, yeah. He said, that one's the one that wouldn't work all winter. He said, we just slammed the breakers back and forth on it, and eventually it would work. So, yeah. So we get to look at so we get to looking at it, and we determined we had a bad board on it. So we ordered a board and put a new board in it on Friday. Well, the thermostat would turn the fan on, and everything was working, but we couldn't get the outdoor condenser to work, and all of a sudden we blew a fuse on the board, and we're like, what's going on? So we got to checking. Well, we had 25.6 volts feeding back. I was like, that can't be. How are we getting 25 volts feeding back? So we had the door panel off, and the door switch wasn't even in. So come to find out, they had spliced in one of the 3 junction boxes that was outside the building. They had spliced in off of one of the other unit across the walkway from it. The only thing I can figure is at one time they had units twinned.
Oh, okay.
So that's the only thing we could figure. But anyway, so we had to figure out which wires was obsolete and steal 2 of those. And it turned into like a 2-hour long deal trying to get our low voltage situated. Finally got that done, and everything was working. But we got into a situation, one of the units fired up, man. Once we got the charge right on it, I mean, it was the unit that, if you can imagine this, there's 3 condensers right next to one another, and it has a low awning. And then the condenser all the way to the right, it kind of sits in the corner, because there's a brick wall with a low awning, and then coming back to you, about 5 feet, there's like a little parapet wall that comes out away from the building, and that's like the door to go in the back of the building. And subcooling on it was right on the low side of subcool. My suction pressure and looked good, but I was getting a high head, and we had a 23-degree delta T across the coil. We had a 22, 21 and a half, 22-degree delta T across the condenser, but I kept getting that high head. Well, I noticed when the unit, we put in two 5-ton American Standard condensers, but in between them was a old ream rectangle condenser, so it sits about 18 inches lower to the ground. Well, I noticed while I was watching my pressures, that unit shut off, and within 5 minutes of it shutting off, my head pressure started to drop. So we're going to have to I'm going to mention to them maybe putting like a piece of sheet metal on the top of that condenser to get that air directed more up, so it's not coming out so much, because that's the only thing I can figure, because the other unit, which is essentially the same furnace, the same CFM that's on that other A coil and condenser that we done, it all come out real good. So now I do know the duct work on the other one's a little bit snug, but my static wasn't that bad. So that's the only thing I can figure, is because that unit is in that corner with that low awning, and it's just short cycling the exhaust air coming out of that other condenser when they're both running. And that's where my high head's. And when I say high head, I was running about 20 to 25, PSI above where I needed to be.
Was that because of taking in that excess air, though? Did you measure your condenser air that was coming off of where that ream unit was discharging? Because then your number might have been in line. You know what I mean? If you were factoring in ambient, but then that other condenser is putting out, 10 degrees above ambient, 15 degrees above ambient, that's going to drive your head pressure up if you're taking in warmer air.
Right.
And that's really the only thing that's going to drive your head pressure up besides a restriction, or a dirty coil, of course, or low airflow from some other factor, like a fan.
Right. Which I was going to give myself a little bit high head just for the fact of the duct work. The duct work we did was all up to the new coil was good. It was past there. It was old duct board, and it was built-in soffits. And
are you talking about high head and cooling mode, though? I mean, that's going to have nothing to do with your duct work.
As far as slowing the air down coming across the coil?
So if your ductwork's restricted, that's going to give you low suction pressure, and it's going to give you low superheat, possibly. But I mean, how's that really going to drive your head pressure up significantly? Because I mean, it's kind of independent of each other to a point, until you get like a restriction or some extreme case.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if you're getting really warm air going in that unit, that's going to make sense to drive up the head pressure.
Oh, no doubt, because it's hitting that coil.
Yeah. So, but I'm hoping that because it was about 92, 93 the other day when we were checking it. So I'm just hoping when we get our 100, 105 degree days that head, because I mean, my head pressure would get down when that other unit was shut off. I was like I think the lowest I seen it was 378, and the highest I seen it was 401 when that other unit was running. But my suction was pretty well staying pretty straight. So,
what was your load like indoors too? Was your suction really high?
It was a little bit high because we just had. I mean, it hadn't satisfied yet. I mean, it was.
Well, yeah,
been running. It'd been running a while.
The load's going to drive the pressure up a little bit.
Right. So, but I told the maintenance guy, I said, let it sit over the weekend. Because there's 3 systems, 3 zones. So I said, let everything work over the weekend. I said, next week I'll try to get free, because we're going to be working in that town all week. So I said, I'll try to come by and check it again next week after. And he did say some of the offices that are in there, the people are able to lock their door, and they've got pieces of plexiglass that they throw over the vents when they get cold. So I did tell him, I was like, your static's a little bit high on that system to begin with. He's like, well, I'll just take their plexiglass away from them.
Yeah, that's
So,
not a solution.
No.
I went to a building, and this building was a victim of, oversizing the equipment every change out, and now you got like a 5-ton on 3 tons of ductwork, and that's what people started doing. They just started closing their vents down in their offices until it drove the airflow down to nothing. And I was like, you can't do this. I opened everybody's vents. But next week when they get cold, they're gonna be like, I'm gonna close my vent. Now all that air is rushing out in some other guy's office. Oh, I'm gonna close my vent. Close my vent. They should never put those dampers at the vent to let anybody adjust them. But
I got a good one. I went and looked at a couple of jobs yesterday, and both are going to be good ones. One was a 1973 York gas furnace, horizontal left, slab coil, and a 1989 Bryant heat pump. Okay, dual fuel setup. So the outdoor condensers have been replaced at one time. The ductwork was your favorite, Eric. It was in the attic, and it's ductboard. 50 feet of ductboard looking like a river, coming apart at the seams, literally. Okay,
rip it out and put metal.
I'm getting to the good part. Okay, this is a 4-ton system with a 20 by 25 return grill with 16-inch flex.
My not to rain on your parade, but my buddy just went to a 4-ton unit this week and had a 12-inch flex return.
On a 4-ton?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, we see the most ridiculous stuff down here. My boss went to one that was like a 3-ton with a 10-inch or something ridiculous. And they said, what are we going to have to do? He said, replace the ductwork. They never called us back.
Well, it's got
a magic solution.
Well, it's got 11 runs, okay, and every last one of them is 6-inch.
11 6-inches. So off the top of my head, that's like 1,100 CFMs.
Exactly. Yeah, right at about 3 tons. So, and it needs 4 tons of air. The upstairs is big and laid out. So the only thing I can do for them is I offered, a new system, new equipment, new ductwork, and also upsizing the tab collars when they come out the side to 7 and running them, because the flex lines, it's just going to be hard to get those replaced because it's just so old. I'd tear up the diffusers if I went in there and tried to replace everything. And it'd be more work than they want to pay for. I mean, it might be $15,000, to get in there and redo all the diffusers and everything. So I'm thinking if I upsize all the runs to 7, come off about 4 feet with flex, and then reduce to 6, that might give it enough static to push enough air to keep it and give it what I need as far as my airflow.
Metal. What are they? Metal boots, like squared around boots with the grills mounted to them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would just put a reducer on each one of those and run the flex out all the way onto it.
Okay.
If you could, I mean, because less resistance is better.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm definitely going to have to upsize that return grill. Now he's mulling over keeping the
or just
supply done. Do what now?
Or just add a return.
That's not an option.
Okay. You were there, not me.
The way
I'll lay out their suggestions.
Yeah, no. Trust me, I would love to, but it's an attic with a finished floor, so that's not happening. He's mulling over keeping the supply ductwork and just repair it.
Well, hell, if it's in an attic, cut a hole in the top of the return and stick you one of them roof vent boots on it, just pull fresh air. That's a cowboy thing to do there.
Wait, hey, if he wants to be cheap, that just might be the way to do it. But anyway.
And hey, if it's Oh, you said he needed a 4-ton though.
No, he needs
I was gonna
4 tons.
say if he was oversized, that might make up. Pulling fresh air, that might make up for being oversized.
Yeah.
What you could do is get one of those like 4 or 5 inch filter racks for the unit, so he has enough filter area, and then just get one of those egg crate style grills for the return. So when he's moving the air, that it won't whistle.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then just upsize the flex over to the unit.
That's what I'm definitely upsizing the flex.
Because
that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, because your pressure drop is going to happen across that 1 inch filter in that little 20 by 24. I see it here all the time, though. That's what they do for like a 4 or 5 ton unit. They'll do one 20 by 20 return, or something like a 20 by 24 with the 1 inch filter, and they put a filtrete filter, or they'll filter it at the base of the unit with a filtrete. Then they'll turn the fan speed all the way down because it's too noisy, because they got a bifold door on a closet with a 5-ton unit behind it over a tile floor.
Well, here's another one. I'm sure you've seen this, Chris, but Eric, have you ever seen a spider system?
Are you talking about? I mean, people prefer to just flex everywhere. Is that with just mixing?
Yeah, like an octo duck box.
Yes,
that's all they do in Florida. So.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, this one is on a low boy oil furnace and a 2,300 square foot home with an oil furnace and a 2-ton AC. The the AC was added years later. The runs are 6 and 4 inch hard duck coming off the top of a plenum box in a spider system. And the guy's wondering why he don't have airflow upstairs. I go downstairs in the basement and look, he's got 4-inch duct going upstairs, and I'm just like, man, that's where your airflow is. That's a whole nother. I'm telling you, I says the best thing to do is to just redo the entire duct system, upsize everything.
4 inches good for like 35 CFMs on most conditions.
And it's going up 2 flights because it goes from the basement all the way to the 2nd floor.
Yeah, you're probably getting 35 CFMs out of that. I mean, if it's right off a unit, you'll get a lot of CFMs, but if it's going a long ways, you're going to get like 35.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing up there. So I mean,
hey, I invited my apprentice into our little conversation here, so we got to break him in right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. He'll be at a loss majority of the time, and he'll probably have something kind of smart ass to say every once in a while, just to kind of take a stab at me. We've known each other for years, but so.
All right.
But he's a good kid. He's learning fast.
So you know how you're talking about that unit before where all the low voltage was messed up on it?
Yeah.
I went to a call like that before. They had 3 package units on a roof, and they had duct detectors. Are you guys familiar with duct smoke detectors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, when you power them from a unit, you power them on terminals 9 and 10, I think it is, if I remember correctly, on most of them, on the Innovair type. Doesn't matter, right? You power at 24 volts from the unit, and then you interconnect them all together. Now, the wiring diagram, if you read it, you're supposed to power all of them from one source. Well, I went to this call, and you'd go to a unit, and you'd reset a control transformer because it was popped, it had a breaker on it, and it would be fine. But then you'd get a call back that the other unit wasn't working for the space, and you'd reset that control transformer. Well, come to find out, they powered all the duct detectors from every unit, but it was 3-phase power. So whenever you'd reset a control transformer, it would pop one in one of the other units because it created a short.
So what did you end up having to do?
Just take 2 of the units, take them off the duct detector, and power them all from one unit.
Oh, good Lord. Cowboy it, baby. Cowboy it.
I had one of my technician, or Tony, my technician, out. He did some cowboy stuff today. We had a Whirlpool. Hang on. What? Yeah. We had a Whirlpool 5-ton unit that had a bad TXV, and we looked everywhere for a TXV and couldn't find anything that we knew would work. But this Whirlpool unit, what we did find out, was made by Lennox. So I called Lennox Parts Plus, and they said, well, if it's one of ours, you could put a Danfoss style piston in it. So we jerked the TX. It was R22 system. We jerked the TXV out of it, and he put a piston in it. And he said that was the first time he'd ever done that. So
interesting.
But it works just fine.
Is it just straight AC?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you shouldn't have a problem with it then. Yeah.
Even if it's a heat pump, it should still be fine because the piston's going to slide.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, he called me, and it was a little bit low, and he's like, man, he's like, I'm getting close to where I need to be, but he's like, my numbers look good, but he said, this compressor's growling. I was like, well, just inform them that, we're not responsible. We don't know how long they ran it with that TXV slam shut.
Ooh.
So yeah, he said he got it dialed in, and he called me and said it's all dialed in, but he said it don't sound healthy. So, but
yeah, that oil probably broke down in the compressor from the heat.
Yep. Mm-hmm. What's up, Zach?
Nothing. Hanging out, listening to you guys, trying to learn stuff,
Well, Curtis, this is Zach, and Eric, this is Zach. Zach is our apprentice. So these two guys, these two guys here, there's a lot of knowledge between the two of them. So hopefully you'll learn something. So. But,
I don't think these hangouts are very educational a lot of times.
No, they take a turn pretty quick. We're still doing pretty good talking HVAC at this point, but so we've got let's see, Monday. Zach's going to be finishing up a Bosch inverter system in an attic.
When you said Zach, I thought you were talking about. I was already saying, it's like, how the hell is he getting Bosch down there in Williamson? I said, I can't even find shit here on the East Coast. Okay.
Did you ever call Paul?
No, I have not called Paul. I know. I keep forgetting. You've got to brand me or remind me to, I forget. I got other shit going on.
Speaking of Bosch, I only think of water source heat pumps when I think of Bosch, but I was actually told of a trick, and I never thought to do this before. And so if you have the water source coil, if you think it's leaking, if you disconnect the piping from it, right, and you leave there's usually a fitting in there, like an elbow or something already in there, take a couple rubber gloves and put one over each of them and put it on there tight. And if that water source coil is leaking, it'll start inflating the rubber gloves.
Huh.
That makes a ton of sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I never thought of that before. My boss told me that the other day. I always just use a leak detector, but.
Yeah. Have you ever had water source systems where they leak so bad eventually water got into the refrigeration lines?
It happens, yeah. It definitely happens. We don't use them in heating mode, so it doesn't happen a lot. They usually will produce unsatisfactory cooling, and you'll catch them. But yeah, if somebody were to throw it in heating mode, that water could overcome the suction pressure and get into the system. That would be bad. You'd basically be looking at a new unit. I wouldn't try to salvage a water source heat pump that had water in it.
Right.
In a refrigerator circuit. Unless it was really big and they wanted to spend a lot of money.
Right.
Do they use a lot of water source heat pumps down your way, Eric?
Yep.
Is that now? Why is that?
Because you can run them off a cooling tower. Did you see that?
Yes.
Video I sent to the group text, changing the fan blades on that cooling tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all that thing does is water source units.
Oh, okay.
For a whole 15-story building.
So that one cooling tower does multiple units.
Probably 300 or so at least.
Wow. What so you guys pretty much in full swing summer down there now then, Eric?
Yeah, they waited till summer to do those fans before we got the approval. The old fans were going to fall apart, and they just were like, well, we'll wait. Okay. Like, summertime. Okay.
What's your how's your deal with the place that eats all the refrigerant with the bastard LG units? Did you guys ever come to a resolution on those boards?
We told the owner that LG recommended replacing all the boards and all the wiring, and they have not approved the work yet. So whatever. I'll be happy to never have to see those units again, honestly.
I bet.
Those units are just so poorly designed.
Is that the one? Is that the one where you have to add all that refrigerant every single year?
Yeah, every single couple months.
Couple of months.
You guys just need to park a semi trailer somewhere there and just run some hoses all the way to the roof, and that way just slow trickle it in.
Thankfully, they're on the ground.
Oh well, that's a plus.
Usually it's about 150 pounds low by the time they call us.
Jeez.
Good, my God.
I would dread bringing all that to the roof.
So when you guys go there, do you guys buy like the 100-pound cylinders in?
No, the 25s.
Wow.
God. Because it's really impossible to know. I mean, one time I went there was 75 low. So, I mean, it would just be too inconvenient to have a 125-pound cylinder.
Right.
Do they put 410A? I mean, I know they're 125 when they're R22 and other lower pressure refrigerants. I don't know if they fill those to 125 and 410A. I would think they wouldn't. I would think they'd probably put 100 pounds in it.
I've got a recovery cylinder in the shop that I special ordered that's a 150-pound 410A rated cylinder for turning it in. So we just empty our.
Put 150 pounds of 410A in it.
No,
because even the R22 ones, you can't fill the capacity. You can go to like, there's some crazy formula for it. It's like it can hold 150 pounds of water weight, and you have to do some conversion. I basically just have a cheat sheet. It's like you can fit 17 pounds of 410A in a 30-pound recovery cylinder.
Right.
So that's that straight liquid.
It doesn't matter.
Right.
17 pounds is 17 pounds. If you try to put it in as vapor, it's going to be so hot that the pressure is going to go up and it's going to pop the relief valve.
Right.
So you're going to only really be able to condense it as a liquid. I actually made a little out of like an 8-foot piece of scrap 3/8 copper. I made a loop to put in a 5-gallon bucket because I was trying to cool down cylinders with a bucket, but that just isn't as effective because you can't have very much water in there.
Right. Yeah.
So next time I have to recover a bunch.
CPS makes one of those.
It's 1/4 inch and it's really expensive. I just literally used an 8-foot piece of 3/8 scrap.
Yeah.
And all my stuff set up for 3/8 so I can move the flow faster. So.
Right.
I had a molecular transformator and I had their recovery machine. It was a company tool years ago, and it was great if you had ready access to water. You put that little molecular transformator in like a 2-gallon bucket and hook it up and just let a water hose trickle in there the whole time, so it's displacing the water so it never gets hot. That thing was pretty quick. But if you don't have access to water, you're screwed.
Right.
If you had ice water, it was even better. A lot of the accounts had ice machines.
That does sound real good.
Somebody's asking in chat. I don't know if you're watching the chat, Chris. He's asking about Bosch. He says he's worried about troubleshooting, and he's the system in force mode?
The troubleshooting is actually pretty easy. Sorry, my daughter was telling me something. The troubleshooting is pretty easy because it'll even tell you if your charge is. I mean, it on the little LED display. If you look in the book, it breaks everything down. But as far it does have a force mode. Yes, it's just one button. You press one button one time, and it's a force mode. And then you literally can check the charge on that unit without putting gauges on it.
Yeah, that's how the
tell
VRF
you
stuff is.
Right. It's the same principle. You just have to scroll through the menu, and it'll give you a code that tells you what the next number is as far as what that is, whether it's temperature, pressure, whatever hertz, and then there's like a little guide in there, and it's even got blanks where you can fill it out, so you can actually calculate superheat, subcooling, pressures, outdoor ambient, all that.
That's where it's all going.
Yep. We won't even need testo before it's all over with.
When I work on the LG, all you need is a laptop and a whole bunch of refrigerant and a leak detector. Actually, I don't even need a leak detector anymore. I found the easiest way to find a leak on that system is get the general area with the leak detector with the electronic. And then since all of them have isolation valves, you just close the outlet. So it just pumps up those coils to about, 350 PSI, and you'll just see a cloud forming. There's your leak. I think you guys have seen pictures I put on, or little video clips I put on, right? Of just refrigerant spraying out of those things like no tomorrow. Clouds of refrigerant. Before I started working for this company, my boss said he went in the house before and it was a haze. He's like, what the heck?
A haze.
I'm surprised they're not required to have like refrigerant monitors to go off and like alarms, because it's a 20-ton circuit that holds 200 pounds of refrigerant. I mean, that's enough refrigerant if it rapidly released through one of those coils and you're in the room with it, you're sleeping in your master bedroom there, and 200 pounds of gas decides to come out of that unit pretty quickly, you could probably die.
Well, you know what, Eric? You've warned them about that. You've even said, we got to do something about this. So, hey, it's their death sentence, the way I look at it. It's God weeding out the stupid people.
Yep.
I've said for a long time that they should just remove all warning labels and let natural selection work it all out.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, that's funny. God.
Poor Bob would be dead.
Poor Bob. Yeah, don't be like Bob.
Bob, I love Bob. Bob's a good guy. He's one of my guys who works for me, but he's never worked with any of this stuff before. He hadn't been working for me but 2 weeks, and I was showing him how to put a breaker in a breaker box. And luckily, he had on a pair of those the grip gloves that's got like the rubber coating on the fingers, because he just reached right up and he hit one side of the pole in that breaker and literally touched it. And was like, so it goes right here. And as soon as he did it, I pushed him down.
Oh,
It was just instinct. I seen him touch it, and I checked him and knocked him down. And he's like, what are you doing? I was like, dude. You can't stick your fingers in a hot breaker box.
yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why can't you?
Yeah.
I want
I
to
thought you could do that.
Because it hurts like a son of a bitch. That's why.
Oh man! Come
Well,
on.
Here's the deal.
If they're dumb enough
If it's three phase, you lick your fingers, and if two of them make you tingle, and the one that makes your dick hard, that's the one that goes to the compressor.
Oh.
No.
That's how it works, huh?
Yeah.
I think I remember that.
Damn.
How's it going, Ralph?
I was going all right. If I can figure
You
out
look
how to
like
get,
you're in the car getting ready to head somewhere.
yeah, man. If I can figure out how to get that damn thing mounted.
That's what you said.
You
Hey,
heading
man.
to the casino?
Yeah, I was supposed to go visit a female, but she had a long day, she said.
Uh-oh.
So I guess I'll be seeing her tomorrow. That's all right. Hey, look. I got a lot of money in free play at the casino, so.
Hell, maybe you'll sit down at the slot machine and you'll have a nice female next to you to talk to or something.
Hey, maybe I'll hit the jackpot and want to come up to me. That's even better.
Oh.
That's all right. I don't think that'll happen, but me winning the jackpot anyway.
Did you run any service calls today?
Hold on. What damn? Yeah, I ran a couple of them actually. Didn't make no money on any of them, but I ran some.
Make no money.
I didn't, but
Oh.
I did. I'm doing a job on Monday, and I was just supposed to change the upstairs condenser or system, but it turned out the fan on the main floor went out. The outdoor fan motor went out on the main floor. So I went over there and just replaced the fan motor today for them, just so that I could have cooling for a couple days. And then I'm going to change the condenser on that one.
Yeah.
So
I sent Tony Friday after they had a hard day Friday, him and Zach. And Zach rode back to the shop with me, and I sent Tony to a bar north of town here. It's kind of a little country bar in the middle of nowhere because they called and wanted somebody there right away. And he called me and he said that it was a Lennox 5-ton Lennox unit. And it had a 1-horse, 115 volt, 11 amp blower motor that had 2 speeds burned out of it. And we looked all over trying to find a motor in a pinch and couldn't find one. And I said, you know, you could try a lower speed tap and to get them by, and then we'll try and find the motor. I said, are they screaming for it? And he's like, well, considering it's a bar full of drunks and all of them think they can fix it, you tell me.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Well, yeah.
So that always makes me nervous whenever one of my service vehicles is parked somewhere like that, because the people around here, they don't think you're there working on something. They think, oh, look at these guys stopping Friday night to get a cold one before they go home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just like I said, just be glad it wasn't a strip club.
Oh, I got one even better. A couple of the other guys at my company had to do a change out in a gay bar.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a 2-day change out too, because it was a lot of
First
stuff
time I
to be
ever went
done.
into a back in the Olympics, when the Olympics were here in Atlanta, and we had that bombing here. Well, one of our accounts just happened to be a lesbian bar, and the bomb sent shrapnel into the big condenser coil.
Oh.
And so but I didn't know at that time it was a lesbian bar. And the guys went over there and changed the condenser coil. Well, they sent me to go do the maintenance on that place. And I was like, okay. So I go up there, and there wasn't hardly anybody in there when I got there. It was in like noon or 1 o'clock. I get there and I look at the filters, and there's feathers in the filters. And I'm like, what kind of place is this? I'm thinking it's like a strip club. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And so I call them. I say, hey, what kind of bar is this? Oh, that's a lesbian bar. I was like, oh, hell. So that's all right. Their money's the same.
I'm going to say this before I go any further. I don't have a problem with the way people live their life or nothing like that. But I went to a house the other day, and Zach knows because I asked him about it. You know, I don't care whether it's 2 guys, 2 girls, a man and a woman, whatever. But if I'm working on something and they're making out on the couch and doing all that stuff, it's like, it's uncomfortable. It doesn't matter who's doing it.
Well, hell
Right.
yeah, of course.
But this was two dudes.
Oh no.
So it made, and it's like, but here's the deal. It would have been easier for me to say something if it was a man and a woman. And the
Right.
reason being, if I say something and it's, whether it be a woman and woman or man and a man, then all of a sudden, oh shit, you're, so it was just weird. It was weird. It's hard for me to concentrate on what I was doing because I was like, this is just weird. I can't.
Hey, maybe it was a
You couldn't
fantasy.
make up your mind. Were you like, do I like this or no?
Oh no, there wasn't no making. I knew exactly how I felt. No,
You were confused, were you, Chris?
No, I wasn't confused at all.
Maybe it was a fantasy of theirs.
They wanted you to put the heat to them.
Yeah. Maybe they thought they called a plumber because they wanted some pipe.
Actually, how I dealt with it,
Oh, you can have a pizza.
how I dealt with it was in my mind. I pretended the one guy had a real strong Eastern European accent, and this was like a skit out of Saturday Night Live.
Hey, you
That
didn't
was
realize
the best
this,
way
but
for me to deal with it.
you didn't realize this, but I bet they had hidden cameras just waiting on your response.
Oh,
That would have been,
oh, God.
Whatever you want to make.
They were trying to make a movie with you.
Yes, trying to make a movie.
Well, they lucked out.
Lucked out, huh? Chris isn't up to acting today.
Yep. Nope.
Wow.
Man.
Zach,
Yes.
man.
I don't see him.
Yeah, he's there to WJR.
By the way, Ralph, the Zach with the blue icon is my apprentice.
Oh, cool. How'd you talk him into joining these things?
He said he had
thought
to
it
or he
might-
was fired.
Ah,
I thought it might be a good learning experience.
He said, I'll pay you overtime for coming off a couple of hours.
The hell if I did.
It's on your time sheet.
Tell us
So
the truth, Outback.
so his name is Zach too, huh?
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Hey, that's what my name
Well,
is.
At least his name's not Justin.
Shit, yeah, we got plenty of those.
No shit.
You know, we got plenty of those.
I can't keep up with those little bastards.
Oh,
And you know what? Hernandez has as much personality. He has more than enough to make up for all five of them. I love that little dude, and not in the way your damn customers were loving each other.
It's gross.
Oh,
It's all right. It's all right.
shut up.
so, Ralph,
Mm.
any word on your new venture?
Not yet. I emailed her on Thursday because we were supposed to try to do it last week, but because of the holiday, and then one of the guys he works out of state, so he's got to fly down here or drive down here, and then
Gotcha.
the one is they're all high end positions that I'm dealing with,
Mm-hmm.
so they all have busy schedules. So
Gotcha.
she's shooting for Tuesday, so
Okay.
hopefully that will pans out.
All right. Now, will you please edit that last Hangout you had a couple weeks ago and just put on the part where you and Mr. Israel did y'all's Goodman?
Oh, actually, I put that on private.
I want to see that because I missed that.
I put it on private because somebody made a comment, and I kind of agree with it. Where this guy's trying to get a job with Carrier, and if they see this, then they may not want to. So I was like, yeah, I can kind of see that. So I did. I put it on private. I think I put the not yesterday's, but the time before that one on private.
I'm going to try to get a job with LG tech support.
Hey man, we'll be competition.
I'm just going to be like,
maybe you can hook them up.
they're going to call me and I'm going to be like, wait, before you say anything, go get some refrigerant.
But I want to hear or at least see that debate that you and John had on Goodman.
You know, we didn't really have a debate on Goodman. It really wasn't.
So good.
It was
Curtis, you missed it. It was awesome. Oh my God, Curtis, you'll never see it. It's so great.
I mean, I'll put it back on. But I'm not gonna go search into it. You'll have to just edit, or not. You'll just have to scroll through to find it.
Yeah, I don't care. Just put it on there so I can read it, see it.
But the
Just
problem,
if it's on private, you can email him a link and he can still watch it.
yeah, the problem with that video or that debate me and John was trying to have, there was a couple guys in the Hangout that wouldn't shut up, and me and John,
you and John.
he kept no. It was another guy. He wouldn't let us. He just kept stepping on top of us, and me and John were trying to go after it.
It's the seal tight gas line guy.
Oh God, really?
God.
He's back again?
There he is.
He's back
I thought he
He's
got
back?
assassinated or something.
like a bad case of fungus.
Now what?
Like
What do you
herpes.
mean the steel tight gas line guy? What do you?
PD, it comes back.
He's been around for a long time. Wait a second. This is the same guy that said that he had gas line made out of seal tight, and that he put like a 12-ton unit on somebody's house or something.
Yeah.
They needed
Yeah,
a
I
shoe
remember.
tie.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
definitely.
he's pretty
Yeah,
famous.
Real
I know
dickhead.
he's been around for a while because he used to come on when I did Hangout before.
Yeah, he's been on a few of Mike Palace's. When he didn't have to get it, when you didn't have to get invited specifically.
Right.
You just kind of
tried
popped in.
He wanted to come on last night, but I kept messing up the email.
That's not the weather. That's
I did.
Zach Ciota.
Yeah.
That's not the weather / cop / computer guy, is it?
Yeah.
I think it's the same guy.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Whiz, biz,
Yeah.
whiz.
Yeah,
something
you
biz.
remember?
I wish I could do that impression.
It's another Justin, I think.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So what's the problem with the you know what I'm saying? He
Yeah.
kept on just talking and talking. It's like it's like unrelated to the subject at hand. You know what I'm saying?
Zach and I was playing a game to see.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
which direction we could steer the conversation.
Yeah.
So we would text back and forth, and we would okay, let's talk, see if he's a weatherman. So we just mentioned one thing about weather, and before you know it, he was breaking down barometric pressures and
Oh yeah.
Really?
He was a mechanic. He was a fucking farmer. It was all sorts of stuff.
The resident know-it-all, huh?
Is he just
Right.
reading from Wikipedia?
Well, he's kind of like the rocker guy.
The
You know
what
the
now?
rocker?
Rocker guy is like he's a different kind of guy. You know what I'm
He's a
saying?
different
He's
kind of guy. I
different.
mean, yeah, he is, and
He's
you know,
kind of different.
to his credit, he's been watching us for a very long time. He's been around since I started.
Rocker guy.
Yeah, the rocker guy. He has. He's been around for a long time.
Ralph, why are you here? Aren't you supposed to go
Because-
somewhere?
Well, those plans got changed, so I'm driving to North Carolina.
Oh god.
Cause I got a bunch of money in free play, so I might as well use it.
Dang.
How far is the casino from where you're at, Ralph?
An hour and a half,
Good day.
but I don't care.
Well, hey, if you got
Apparently you don't. You made it abundantly clear.
One night.
yeah, you've got all the time in the world, brother.
That's
Have
right. I
fun.
got the rest of my life. One night I went up to the casino about 4:00 in the afternoon, and I stayed there till 1:00 in the morning. And I left there and I went to the other casino, which is another hour and a half north, and stayed there, and then left there at 8:00 the next morning.
You got an addiction.
No.
No, that's not it. I mean, I stayed all night, then I went to a different casino. All right, Doc
Yeah.
Holiday. You're fine.
I haven't been.
That's not an addiction. That's a problem.
I went last week, but I haven't. I would go like 3 or 4 times a week sometimes.
We'd have an intervention, but I don't have the gas money.
Oh, you don't have the gas money. Come on. Hey, I'm going to North Carolina.
Yeah, it's like 400 miles away from me.
That's okay. I'll still
That's
play
okay.
lottery. Hey, it's open
play
24
lottery.
hours, and I'll be there when you get there.
You probably will. No matter when I leave, you'll be there when I get there.
Can't you just play the lottery or buy scratch-off tickets? It's a lot cheaper.
No, actually, I could, but it's all right. It's all right. Hey, I go to just kind of entertain myself.
Gotcha.
Hey, it's either go find a wife for the night or go to the casino.
No, you already tried the first one.
Well, yeah. It's probably
Plan
cheaper
B.
to go get a wife for the night, though.
Probably so.
Go get a wife from the
Won't you don't they comp you some woman when you roll in there because you're a whale? You walk in there and hey, can I get you
No,
Tina?
that's
Tina's
Vegas,
available.
dude. That's Vegas.
She love you a long time.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
oh
Vegas.
no. You're in the Carolina mountains. Let me get you stands with a fist. She'll come to you.
There you go. Hey,
stands with a
Zach knows all about that, don't he?
Oh my god.
So that would make Curtis squats to pee, right?
Oh, good old Kurt.
Poor Curtis. It was one time. It was dark. Tell him, Curtis.
Oh,
Just that one
that's
time.
not and me and my buddy Nuts in the mouth.
Nuts in the mouth.
Oh,
It's
that
all
was
right,
it. That was the house I was at Thursday.
Chris,
Do
Chris
you
should have
mind,
gone over there and
Hey,
should have sat in
it reaches-
between them.
It reaches the point where you get the hell out.
Hey, man.
Start
everybody-
carrying a
hey,
whistle with me.
say what you want to. Say what you want to. But those guys have disposable incomes, and they don't mind spending the money.
Yeah, they don't have to pay for any kids.
That's right. That's right. And usually they have good jobs.
Their dogs wear clothes.
They're little bitty. Hey, Zach, don't you have one of those little dogs?
I don't have one of those anymore.
The little purse dog.
I used to have a purse dog.
Yeah.
Little purse dog. Oh.
I put mine in a veto bag.
Oh, beat us back.
I put mine in the veto bag. Oh god.
Got to be manly.
Oh god. You and Paris Hilton be the same.
That's
You
right.
guys coach, you got veto. There
That's
you
right.
go.
Same difference. We'll interchange and make us some Vera Wang nut drivers or something like that.
Wang.
Oh,
Oh Lord have mercy. Good times, good times.
It's pretty. It is good. I'll be right back, y'all.
Yeah, in 10 hours.
yeah.
Chris, what's this picture you sent me? I mean, I've never seen that done before.
Okay, so those LGs, that LG in that picture, the pressures were going all funky, and they determined that this was sent to me by a friend of mine, but since it was LG, I thought I'd share it with you. And they determined that the other condenser, since it's down that corridor, the discharge air coming out was short cycling back into the unit. So LG said you need to put our shroud on there to get the air away, so that way it won't short cycle. So the company who installed it come along and said, well, we can just make a sheet metal piece to go on there and fix that problem. You won't have to buy the LG wind guard. So that was the repair that was made.
Well, hey, I don't know.
Pretty fancy, ain't it?
VRF, man, VRF. It's gonna be the next short-lived trend in AC. They already see the shortcomings to it, the big refrigerant charges, the constant breakdowns. I don't see it going anywhere.
Well, the new thing in mini splits this year is going to be Ameristar. They're all over the map, boys. Get used to it.
I guarantee you it's a gree that says Ameristar on it.
That's gonna be carrier mini splits.
Oh, you mean
Take over the market.
Panasonic?
All right, now.
It's not. It is not Panasonic. I promise you.
It's a Maristar. It doesn't matter.
No,
It's going to be a Maristar.
No.
Yeah, the Ameristar mini split should be coming out the end of this month, shouldn't they?
Something like that, yeah. They'll be here soon before you know it.
They're already out.
In your area, not in mine yet.
How many circuit boards are you going to have on that unit?
The Ameristar?
Yeah, how many circuit boards is it going to have?
A bunch of
It's not
relays.
going to have a bunch of relays. That's what I was going to say.
But
It's 47 double throw relays.
I've been working on mini splits long enough. I got some out there I work on that are single speed compressor and condenser fan with a capacitor and a fixed metering device in the condensing unit. So
Yeah, those are old R22s.
yep, they're out there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what Jim Bergman was talking about. I don't think Bergman realizes the new mini splits are inverters.
Huh.
They're inverters with the EVs, and they design them to run a 10-degree superheat.
Yeah.
That sounds exactly like the podcast.
Well, I know one thing. The price point is going to be very competitive. So,
I'll have
know.
to send you the price, Curtis.
yeah. Do you have my email, Jim?
No, but I got your phone number. I can just text you the damn picture.
Well, I tell you what. I'll text you my email so you can email me the picture, and it's better to look at than a damn blow up on a friggin' phone.
Text him a screenshot of your email address, so he has to manually enter it and can't just take it.
Oh, I hate that. That's bad.
Oh, Lord of mercy. I would,
Text
but I don't
him.
know.
You know what's
I
even
would, but I don't know how. I would, but
text
I
him
don't
one
know
of
how.
those voice message clips that you can text people. How you can talk to your phone and it doesn't actually text, but it just says the message to them. That'll be even better.
Yeah.
No, but it's going to be 15 SEER. I mean, it's not high SEER, but it's going to be very competitive. So,
Well, yeah, if it's 15 SEER,
well, fuck
of
yeah. I
course
mean,
it's going to be.
I've already,
That's the problem. That's the problem. These
No.
guys are selling 15 SEER damn mini splits, and I'm trying to sell 21 SEER and above, and I'm
problem
losing
is-
because the guys are like, oh, I'll put in this damn Daikin 15 SEER, this what do you call it? Ameristar, and
No,
and
the
no
problem
wonder I lose the jobs.
no,
Damn
the
that.
problem is I've already lost 2 mini split jobs this year because of that. All right.
Hey,
The price was too high and they couldn't afford it. So I'm going to price the next one at an Ameristar, and I want to see if I get it. Just to be on,
well,
And if I
Daikin,
do-
you can buy Daikin for $1,000 for a little freaking 15,000.
I'm not putting in Goodman's, Ralph.
You're
I don't
not
care.
putting in Daikin.
I don't care. It's still the same damn
Daikin,
thing. I'm not doing
Goodman,
it. Not doing it.
Daikin,
It's-
Goodman.
It's a hard
Remind me
bruise.
of the-
It's
I don't want
okay.
that. I don't want that liability on my shoulders.
Oh shit. Shit. Liability. Damn.
What are the
If you
Daikin?
put in a mini split, just tell people in advance you don't service them, because they're gonna shit their pants when that first service call hits, and it's $1,000 to fix the unit.
No, well, you know what?
Buy a new one.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, you can buy old
That's gonna be 6 years in,
Yeah, that's right. That's 6 7 years.
if you're lucky.
It's true. It's
Don't want
damn-
the
I have a
liability.
YouTube video on changing a compressor on a Fujitsu one, and I just, the whole time, like every comment was like, "Why the hell would anybody pay to change a compressor?" I'm like, I wondered the same damn thing the whole time I was doing it. Who the hell paid to change a compressor on a Fujitsu 12,000 BTU mini split?
That's funny. You just
No,
rip them off the wall and throw them away.
That's what I'm saying.
I've lost 2 jobs because of that this year, and I could have the money. I don't know what it was or how somebody came in under me, but I've lost 2 jobs because I bid them with Mitsubishi.
You go back with a Ameristar, dude, man. And when they break, all you gotta do is replace either the wheel or the mouse. This mouse is running slow. Let me get you a new mouse. That'd be $5.
Oh, welcome to the world of mini split troubleshooting. Replace the board. Oh, it failed after 2 weeks. Well, replace the board and replace the condenser fan and the compressor.
Hey, what happened with that, Eric?
It broke again.
It broke again?
Yeah, man. Now they told me to replace all 4 circuit boards and all the wiring.
Wow.
Replace.
I told the customer that, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't know if we're gonna do that." I'm like, "I don't care. Air blows cold at my house. Have fun with your $80 million house with no air conditioning."
Wow.
You should have given him the price the flyer for Walmart. Tell him to go get a window unit. So here's an option.
I don't care what they do, man. I don't
Hey,
care.
that's a mini split package unit there.
That's right, Ralph.
That's Zach's favorite.
Mini split package unit.
That's right.
Single speed.
Who was it that I seen worked on those before? I seen videos of somebody that would worked on those.
I've worked on mini splits before.
I'm talking about window units. Window units.
Yeah, I've worked on window units. You pull the stick that worked its way into the motor, the fan motor out, and it works fine. 9 times out of 10. That's like literally, I'm not even joking. That's a very common problem with those units is a stick will get its way in there and stop the condenser fan from spinning. And you pull it out.
That'd be a good school class. You know, day one, we learn about what different kinds of sticks look like. And day two, we learn how to pull them out of the machine.
Safely. You must disconnect power.
Then the third day, you receive your NATE certification.
They got it, yeah. Since they've got NATE certifications for every damn thing you can think of, they got one for pulling a stick out of a damn window unit.
Yeah, I'm NATE certified to pull sticks out of window units.
I'm also NATE certified in toaster repair. And
Zach is a
DVD
master
unpacking.
specialist.
The best way to diagnose a toaster is while you're in the bathtub.
Or as we like to call it in class, a bread resistance heater.
Oh my god! Oh, that's funny.
This is all true, Curtis. I mean, should have.
I don't doubt it for a minute, Zach.
I just printed out my degree a few minutes ago.
You just put it on your degree a few minutes.
Oh man.
Oh, ew. Oh man! Did you get up to do that job? Was it that job you've been working on, Zach, today?
No. I was off today. My wife was out of town.
Oh, okay, cool.
I should probably go tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to. I'll put probably in there instead of certainly, but it's going to be certainly.
That's fine.
I'm sure I'll go back next week. 3 hours at a time.
Yeah, we're at a time.
It'd take 4 years.
Hey, if they're willing to wait.
That's what they said. I was like, okay. I wasn't kidding. It's going to take forever.
Justin Hernandez says, "Want a cheap hot tub? Just throw a hairdryer in the tub."
That's right. Works great.
Oh god.
Yeah. Next day it smells horrible though.
Reminds me of that Seinfeld episode where Kramer was at the hot tub and Dan's heat pump went out on it. So they got that 50,000 BTU heat pump. Or no, the heat pump went out and couldn't get his core temperature back up. So he goes out and gets a 80,000 BTU heat pump for that thing. Hooks it up, gets in there, gets about right up to temperature, and it blows the power in the whole damn building. Oh, love it.
Oh, Kramer's a trip.
Yes,
That's
sir.
unrealistic.
I don't think that's the point, Eric.
That's why I can't watch TV. It's not what would happen.
Oh, man.
Oh, Eric.
Oh, God. Pull the stick out of your ass. Pull the stick out of your ass and enjoy yourself a little bit.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging. I'm telling you what to do.
Even worse.
Lord of mercy. Oh.
Hey, Eric, what size is that mini split that keeps messing up on you?
It's 3 condensers that add up to 20 tons
Wow.
with 16 air handlers, 15 or
They
16.
Keep blowing the boards, huh? And
Yeah, the fan IPM board gets taken out, and if you test the inverter board, it's bad too. It's like 700 volts DC that it's pushing to the compressor and fans.
Oh, wow. Wow. And no power issues.
There's 6 condensers like it on the site, and it's the only one that keeps messing up. And when it messes up, you have to take it out of the circuit and shut down a third of the cooling to that zone.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
You have to shut off like all these air handlers. It's a pain because they basically have 1 air handler per room.
Right.
They have 1 4-ton air handler for this one room, and then they have a 3-ton air handler for the kitchen. So you have to leave those running. So that takes up a whole condenser. And then you can have a few more of the rooms going, and that's it.
Wow. And nobody can seem to figure it out, huh?
I got the guy's number from LG that like he does the whole Southeast, and he's supposedly the guy that figures out these things.
Right.
And that's what he was telling me to do. He's like, you got to just replace everything in that unit.
Yeah, there's a short somewhere.
We replaced both condenser fans, even though there was nothing wrong with them. We replaced the inverter compressor board, the fan IPM board, and the main PCB. There's really nothing else besides a noise filter board, which tests good, and wiring.
Right.
But one day when I was there, I heard a relay on the inverter board going like a machine gun. It was just like, and then it just tripped out on some error code. There's like a 168-page service manual for that unit.
Yeah.
And there's just like hundreds of error codes, and it always goes through them in like a certain order. Like it'll be an overcurrent trip, and then it'll just lose communication with the fan IPM.
Well, that's what I was. Now it sounds like I said. Now it sounds like there's a short in one of the components somewhere, and it could be on the air handler, causing it to go back to the signal wire.
Yeah, well, there's 6 heat recovery boxes and 16 air handlers.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna have a son of a bitch of a time.
Yeah, well, everything we check is fine when we check it.
Yeah.
So.
But it could be shorting out while it's running. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a mess. They got BACnet controlling everything.
Oh my God.
And it's a mess. The whole thing's a mess.
Hey, you may have to disable every air handler one at a time to figure out where it's at.
The customer doesn't want to pay.
Wow. How old is it?
5 years at that.
Oh, hell.
Yeah. They're ready to rip. The customer's ready to rip it all out. They're just tired of dealing with it because it's constant refrigerant leaks. Every evaporator has failed.
Oh, my God.
We have put, I would say conservatively between the units there, we have put 1,200 pounds of 410A in it in about the past year.
Holy shit.
That's going to change because after January,
it's residential. It's not under the purview of that regulation. They're split up into multiple small systems, so it doesn't qualify.
Is the house spray foamed?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, that is your problem right there.
Besides that, it's got all the other VOCs from all the high finish woodwork.
Yep.
Because I've mentioned that before to people about the foam, and they're like, yeah, well, the foam is one thing, but look at all this woodwork. They said, think of all that wood that's stained and varnished and finished, and it's all off gassing, and you got, built-in cabinets in every room. What do you do?
Right. I went to a guy's house, and he had this little building out back, and his wife had an office in it, and then he had a little man cave out in the upstairs, and he built this thing, and it was so tight. When I walked in there, my eyes were burning. After about 30 seconds, my eyes were burning. And
Oh,
one of his evaporators kept leaking. And I was like, dude, your problem is not Mitsubishi. Your problem is this place is so tight.
really?
What? Yeah, because of all the VOCs. I mean, like I said, he said, how do you know? And I said, dude, I've only been in here 45 seconds and my eyes are killing me. They're burning. So all that's affecting that coil. It's just, formulary.
Oh, I know. Every house we deal with that has that, we have a house we deal with that's spray foamed, high finish, all that stuff. They have 35 water source heat pump units. Every one of them within 10 years had 3 evaporator coils.
Yeah. Well, how much fresh air do they have in that house?
None.
Well, there's your problem. They need some fresh air.
I mean, you're looking at what I like to call McMansions, right? They're all built by the lowest bidder, by the cheapest architect. As like, if I showed you the piping work and like how everything's installed in this building, it's just disgusting. It's all ductboard.
Well, now the codes are so strict here. All houses, when the vent hood over the stove comes on, you have to have a damper attached to it to bring in fresh air. So
Really?
and you got to put a relay. You got to put a relay. We had to put it actually in the panel on the neutral. I'll forget the name of the relay that Able Air uses on the blower motor for humidifiers. So when the blower comes on, it closes and brings the humidifier on. Well, we use that same thing, but since it was the Romex going from the panel to the hood, I had to open the panel up and put the relay inside the panel on the neutral. So and then tie it into the damper. So when the vent hood came on, the damper would open and bring fresh air into the house. And that's because when you it'll put the house in a negative pressure if you don't bring in fresh air. But those houses are so tight that they just kill the air conditioning equipment.
Here's the problem, though. They bring in all these supposed experts to test air quality and test for VOCs, and they never mention it being a problem. Now, I don't have any equipment to test for it to tell them conclusively. So whatever, you brought in these experts and they say it's fine. And when the evaporator coil leaks, I'm a mechanic. I'll change your coil. I'm not sitting here. I don't have the capability to test for what's going to kill your coils. I just see cause and effect. I see it. We have quite a few houses that we take care of, really high-end houses that have spray foam, and the one thing they have in common is evaporator coils not lasting more than 3 years.
All you had to do is look from the past forward. Yes, I know the manufacturer's stuff is getting cheaper and the copper's getting thinner, but we didn't really start having bad evaporator leaks until the houses started getting tighter. When the houses started getting tighter, we started getting leaks.
Yeah, they're working it from both ends, though. They're using thinner and thinner metal to make the units efficient, and they're, like you said, they're using more and more construction methods that are contributing to it.
Right.
So we're just coming and we're meeting in the middle now to 3-year evaporators.
Right. So I always tell the customer it's the government's fault.
That's what I tell them too. I say I'm beholden to equipment that somebody else builds. I just put it in. It's hard for me because a customer will ask what equipment I recommend, and I'm like, whatever you want, do your research. But they're so close together nowadays, I can't recommend you something because
they're all the same.
They're all pretty much identical.
Right. Well, that guy called me back, the one with the little building in his backyard, and he didn't call about the mini split leaking. His actual main house was leaking, I believe. And then so I actually sent Brent Ridley over there because he lives pretty close to Brent. So that guy actually built something. He was like an aircraft mechanic, and he got an old furnace off of Craigslist, and he turned it into a ERV. He rigged up. I don't know exactly what he did because I just told him, well, here's what you need. And so he bought an old furnace and he rigged up his own ERV.
Yep. Well, hey, that's kind of, you got to draw your line somewhere between, you know, where I can't recommend people ERVs and all this sort of thing because
Right.
I don't really have the knowledge or the diagnostic equipment to get to that point to quantify that this is going to fix it. You know, if I tell a customer that this is going to fix your problem, I want to be quantifying that it's going to fix their problem, and I have no way to do that right now. So it's
Right.
just
Well,
kind
you
of
know,
outside of my scope of work.
I just use. I'm fortunate enough to have a guy that works at my supply house as a sales guy that he's big into IAQ and fresh air and sizing it and all this other kind of crazy stuff. And it just kills me because the government mandates that the houses have to be so tight, but then you have to bring in fresh air, and there's, you know, if it's 100 degrees outside and 80% humidity, that's what you're bringing in your house.
Well, that might be better than the VOCs, but I have a house I work on now, and this is all built, engineered, and everything else. And they have a 2-ton unit for one bedroom that's less than, I mean, if I'm really generous, it's less than 600 square feet. It's probably around 400 square feet.
God.
And it's like that all over their house, and way, way undersized ductwork, just ridiculously undersized ductwork. They have a 12,000 BTU unit that moves about 120 CFMs.
Oh my God.
And it just, this is all engineered to be like this. And you try to tell customers and they just give you that blank stare. I'm like, I can tell you that this unit's not moving enough air. I can tell you the unit's the wrong size. And they're like, what do you mean? It was engineered. You know, and of course they don't want to listen to me because some architect,
because you're just a dumb technician.
Some architect said that, you know, everything's good. This is what you need. So whatever. I mean, I have a 3-ton unit for my 1,600 square foot house, and it works perfectly. And my electric bill is less than $100 a month. So
right.
It's a 13 SEER unit, so they can say what they want, but you know,
no,
everything
I
installed properly, even if it's not the best stuff, I'm having really great results with really average equipment.
Well, yeah. I mean, I stopped going to Atlanta because those Mac mansions you're talking about, I got tired of working in them. You know, and seeing that kind of stuff. I really did. I mean, first off, damn, you can walk 3 miles before you're done with your service call. I mean, they're just, some of these houses are so big. That one I had 16 geothermals in this one house.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I have a couple of videos on it. But yeah, I mean, it was a massive house, and it just, and a couple of the package units, the coils leaked in, and they just happened to be up in the attic.
Oh yeah, of course.
4 flights of stairs. 4 flights of stairs.
Oh, God.
I have that house. They have 35 water source heat pumps. Only 2 of them are not in the attic. Only 2.
Yeah.
They have a cooling tower and an open and a closed loop system. They have a 7.5 horsepower pump for the tower, and they have a 10 horsepower for the closed loop.
Hey, I'm telling you guys,
on a VFD.
Eric will vouch for that. You have not lived until you go into one of those houses with a ton of geothermals in them.
And it's their 2 week out of the year house.
Do what?
It's their 2 week out of the year house.
Yeah. It's insane. Hey, have any of y'all ever heard of Sanjay Gupta? He's he's on CNN. He's like the medical guy whenever they had, you know, like when the Ebola virus, when that was around, he was always on CNN, you know, talking about you know, what was going on or whatever. And actually Obama wanted him to be the Surgeon General. Well, he had a geothermal heat pump at his house for the pool. It was a pool heater. And man, that's like a big old 5-ton compressor. Oh, I was like, dude, that sucker was heavy. They let me use the elevator though.
They let you use the elevator.
They let me use the elevator. I mean, that guy, he was really nice, but yeah, it was just, that's a pain in the ass. It was just like, I'm tired of working on geothermals. Yeah, if you have to change a compressor in one, you got armor flex or, you know, foam tape you got to get rid of, and you can't braze because it's, you know, melt that, you know, it's just a pain.
have you seen the train ones that I worked on? I was working on one the other day. It's a 12,000 BTU horizontal water source heat pump with reheat, with hot gas reheat.
Yeah, but those are water
Those are-
furnaces, right?
No, it's a water source heat pump. It's exactly what you'd be working
No,
on
I'm
calling a
talking about-
geothermal.
Yeah, I'm talking about is it split?
No, it's a package unit.
Well, I'm talking. It's water furnaces. It's a water furnace.
You're really breaking up for me right now.
Am I breaking up?
Oh, you better now. I can hear you again. It might be me, but
Yeah, no, it's probably me. Yeah, they're a pain. They're just a pain. Changing TXVs and reversing valves.
I went to one and it's in an attic, of course, and I had to change. The TXV was bad, so I'm like, well, it's a take apart TXV. There's a 99% chance it's just the head. So I just took my recovery machine up there until I pulled it down till it was 20 psi. I spun that head off as quick as I could and spun the new one on and put the gas back in it.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I've changed them. Changed reversing valves.
Oh yeah, reversing
They're
valves
no
suck.
fun to do.
You have to take the
Oh, yeah,
compressor
yeah,
out
yeah.
to get to it on some of them.
No, I didn't. I just lay on my side.
It depends on the unit.
Right.
The train units, go look at one of those. It's like they have, like I said, they have reheat, so they have two reversing valves.
Right.
And they're both behind the compressor.
Yep.
You literally can't. You just can't even get in there. You just have to take the compressor out of the way. It doesn't even benefit you to try to leave it in place.
And it's sad. They pack, and like I said, normally the installers or the engineers say, we want the air handlers, we want the package units right here, and then they don't give you enough room to work on it.
Yeah, this place isn't so bad like that, but there's one place I'm working on. I got to change a coil Monday. I think I'm going to go to it Monday. There's nobody there, so it might get pushed off. But they put all these pancake Mitsubishi air handlers in the attic, and they put them against the trusses on the bottom in an emergency pan. Everything's meant to come out of that unit through the bottom. So I already had to I had to take the coil out and patch it because it wasn't available for 4 months and put it back in the unit.
What?
And now I gotta change the coil.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm telling you about. It's a 2-ton unit for one room.
And it's a mini split.
They have a 20-ton. They have 2 city multi-condensers twin to make it a 20-ton unit. And its total system charge is like 167 pounds of 410A.
You can't see me, but I'm shaking my head right now.
And they have 16 air handlers, I think, off of this system. Somewhere in the teens, I can't remember.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
They really over-engineered that.
And they didn't put a heat box in, so to get any heat out of it, you have to put every unit in heat mode.
Oh shit.
Because they were crying about it in wintertime because it's a 2-story, and they're like, we put certain units in heat and nothing happens.
Oh shit.
You gotta put everything in heat. What do I know though, right? I'm just a mechanic.
You're just
Hey, at least they've only had leaks and not multiple electrical component failures like the LG. LG seems to be really good for multiple electrical failures.
Yeah, I'm thinking now you're gonna find your problems in one of those air handlers, and it's just gonna be something rubbing or something has rubbed and just every once in a while shorting out.
And it's funny because this guy has an office, right? And he bought it. He didn't have these LGs put in, but his office has Generation 3 LG,
Right.
VRF. And I've changed 2 out of 3 inverter compressors. There's 3 condensers there, and they have 20 some air handlers.
Holy shit! So let me ask you something, Eric. Would you recommend an LG?
Yes, absolutely. As long as you want me to service it and you're willing to not have your kids go to college to pay for the service. I'm good at working on
Yeah.
them. LG told me they have these condensers. They have 2 of them twined together. They're like, you're gonna have to pull all the gas out of that entire system to pull that compressor. I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. So I closed the service valves on the condenser, and I put piercing tools on the process stubs and pulled all the gas out of just the condenser and changed the compressor that way.
There you go.
They told me it was going to be like a 2-day job. I had it done in 6 hours. Everybody was happy.
Did you tell them that? Did you tell them what you did?
Yeah, I told him next time I called him on the phone.
You know, and
Just
then
like-
after you got all the gas out, I would actually probably because the Pearson valves leak, I would actually.
I brazed Schraders on. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I have the vice grip style that are reusable, and I also have the other kind on my truck. But I have the vice grip style for if I don't give a shit, and I'm just pulling gas out.
Right. You talking about the little Schrader Pearson ones where you can braze them on?
There's those kind, but I have the MAC style for like little refrigeration stuff that I work on. I don't like to use them, but sometimes you have to. But I have ones that's a vice grip, and it has a piercing tool built into it with a valve stem.
Right.
I'll have to send you a picture.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. Just close the valves and recover the. How much Freon did you recover from that?
From the condenser?
Yeah.
20 pounds.
Wow, hell. There you go.
Lot better than 120. A 410A on a hot roof.
Oh, hell yeah.
I already had problems keeping the cylinder cool enough to get 20 pounds out on that day.
Yeah. So did they tell you how great you were for doing that? That was a great idea.
No, they're just like, whatever.
Whatever.
They try to downplay it,
Yeah. I bet they'll be using that in their class.
No, they won't. They're just tech support guys. They don't give a crap. They're reading from a book.
Well, some of those guys will do training.
Maybe.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Some of those guys will do training every once in a while, but you probably weren't talking to those guys.
Well, the thing is, though, if they have it written down a certain way to do in their book, they're not going to tell you to do it a different way.
Well, that is
true. Everybody be doing it the same way.
Right.
It's kind of like what Jim was saying in the podcast, right? Like about charging them and this and that. Like they're not going to tell you to do it a different way.
Right. No.
I have to top off mini splits all the time. If I have a mini split that's leaking and it's low on gas, I'm not going to pull all the gas out and then charge it. That's just silly.
So you just doing it by subcooling? Or
superheat. They look for a 10-degree superheat, and it's not perfect. And I tell people that too. You got a problem, and this isn't the right way, but we'll get you cooling if it's absolutely needed.
Yeah, no, they that's what they're 10 degrees superheat.
Yep.
That's what they try to maintain. But yeah, that was a good interview with Jim.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wait till you hear the next.
The thing is, though, I mean, he's been doing things the right way the whole time and surrounding himself with people that, for the most part, do. Like, I go to the supply house, I see 99% of installers don't have a vacuum pump on their truck, let alone a thermometer or nitrogen. So, I mean, most of these systems are still getting put in by the blow and go charged to a certain pressure guys.
Well, yeah, maybe not after when this the new EPA law takes effect, though.
EPA is a joke. They do nothing for enforcement. They're never going to be out there. Dude, I was at United Refrigeration, and they had a scrap guy there, and he's right under their sign out back of their store.
He's blowing
charges off. Blowing charges off. He doesn't care. Nobody's going to do anything to those guys. Unless you have money, the EPA is not going to come after you.
Right. The big companies, they may.
They might, but probably even then, not really, because you're doing things the way you're supposed to. So it's just a joke.
Well, we'll see what happens next year.
It's just more stuff on paper, like all the rest of the government does. It's like, let's make 70,000 laws that we're not going to enforce. So I don't really see any expectations for it.
I
Hey.
suggest we get Kathy Griffin to run for president. That'll
There
take
you go.
Oh, so
There you go.
yeah.
Off with their
Yeah.
heads.
Y'all put
There
their
is.
Oh, shit.
Hey, I'll move to damn Mexico then. I'll go to work at Monterey.
I don't know. I'm good on moving to Mexico.
I'll go to work for manufacturer down in Monterey.
I'll find a better place to move than Mexico.
Well, yeah. At least down there you can do rolling recoveries and white rag recoveries.
White rag recoveries.
I just think it's silly that they're not going to enforce anything they do. So it's like they come out with all these regulations on paper, and I agree with most of them, but they don't do anything to the guys that don't. And those are the guys that I'm trying to compete with. The guy that's rolling down the road in his pickup truck with his analog gauges hung on the little hook that you hang your dry cleaning on, and a can of whatever drop-in flavor of the week in the back of his truck. You know, guys that have no idea what they're doing, but we're in the Amazon shop online mentality with customers that no matter how much they spend, they're getting the same results. So let's buy. It's annoying. It's annoying to deal with customers.
The glorified Goodman installer. Oh, how did you describe that installer, Zach?
It's not even about the equipment, right? I mean, would you rather have, if you were a customer and you were informed, would you rather have a Goodman installed by somebody else here in this chat, or would you rather have whatever, take your pick of somebody that was installed by a guy that doesn't even own a vacuum pump? You know what I mean? What would you rather have?
Hey, I've asked that same question, only I worded it different. I asked the question, would you rather have your unit installed by somebody with 23 years experience or 2?
Or 23 hours experience.
Right. And they always say, well, the 23-year-old guy. And I was like, well, then why are you calling the big company to have your shit installed for?
Because $200 is $200, Ralph.
That's right.
Yeah, well.
You lose jobs all the time by $100.
Well, that's true, but you know,
they saved $100, but they got a tenth the quality. So
exactly. Job. And I do tell them, I said, believe it or not, that 2-year installer can cost you more than what I'm charging you extra.
But the thing is, it doesn't show up for like 6 years until they forgot about all that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like 6 years later when their compressor's dead because the unit was never installed properly.
Right. I was just talking about just in the electric bill alone. Not the repairs, just the electric.
They don't even factor that, man. I try to tell people, I have an account. I think I've mentioned this before in chat. They have 2 40-horsepower pumps running wide open. I'm like, why are you guys running both these pumps? Oh, because they've been like that since we got here. I'm like, well, when they pipe these buildings, they pipe these pumps to be redundant. You don't need to run both these pumps. Well, we don't know any better, so I'm afraid to shut one down. I'm like, okay. So they're running 2 40-horsepower pumps 365 days a year, 24/7.
Wow.
That's a serious electric bill. I mean.
No, I agree.
But hey, we don't want to do anything about it. You know, I said we could put a control on here to alternate them, or we can even put drives on both of them, crank them both back to 75% speed, which would be more than enough, and it'll only cost the same amount of money as running one of them. We don't want to do that because that costs money initially.
Right. No, I know all about it. Just,
that building has a controller, right? That controls the bypass valve for the tower. It controls both pumps. Well, it's supposed to control both pumps, but they're running in hand instead of auto. And it's controlling the boiler. Well, there's no display on the controller, but it still operates the bypass valve based on the references it gets from the sensors. And they won't pay to replace that. So basically, you have a controller. You have no idea what it's doing, no idea the set points or anything else, but you're not going to replace it.
Well, all I know, Eric, is there's a bunch of damn cops out here on the way to North Carolina.
Damn cops.
I know they're at just about every intersection. bastards.
Makes it a bummer. How are you supposed to drink your beer while you drive when you got all those cops?
I don't know. I don't know.
What?
Good thing it's dark.
My buddy showed me something today. It plugs into your seatbelt receptacle for people who don't want to wear their seatbelts, so it shuts the
Right.
alarm off. And it's a bottle opener on the other side.
That's a trip.
He has one too. He
Wow.
just refuses to wear his seatbelt, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I mean, that's your choice. But
You know, in my
spend
work
so much
truck,
effort.
I don't ever wear my seatbelt in my work truck. But my little truck I'm driving now, I wear it all the time.
yeah, I mean, I don't care either way what people do, but I mean, it just seems like so much effort. Like you bought this thing to plug in your seatbelt receptacle so it doesn't make noise. Why don't you just plug in the thing that already came with the truck? And he has kids too. Most people don't realize, like, if you're not wearing your seatbelt, your life insurance isn't going to pay out. So your kids are going to be screwed.
Right.
Well, fellas, I'm gonna have to get off here. I'm gonna go to bed.
Well, Curtis, enjoyed the conversation.
Yeah, I'm glad I was able to stay on a little bit longer after.
Got to drink more coffee, man.
Actually, I'm getting ready to lose my signal altogether because these damn North Carolina mountains.
Oh hell!
Stupid mountains.
Are you coming in? Are you coming into North Carolina or South Carolina?
North Carolina.
Where at?
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yeah,
Cool.
Murphy. Yeah. Good old Murphy, North Carolina. It might as well be in Georgia. Just right over the line, pretty much.
Okay, so North Carolina borders with Georgia. Cool. I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Ralph, you have fun, and fellas, fuck Zach, where are you at?
He's probably trying to push the turtle back in.
Probably watching Property Brothers.
Yeah.
All right.
Property Brothers. Huh?
HGTV, baby. All right, fellas. Y'all have a wonderful evening and have a wonderful weekend, week, or whatever, and maybe we'll do this again soon. All right?
Yep. Enjoy.
All right, bro. Hey, Chris, I'm getting off here, man.
All right.
So, you have a good
I'm
evening.
having connection issues on my end anyway.
All right. Well, I'll talk with you tomorrow anyway. All right.
You're in here on 2 accounts.
Yeah.
That's probably why you're having connection issues. You have
No,
twice the
they're
bandwidth.
both on cell service. I have to leave the one hooked up because it's the one streaming live to YouTube.
So why aren't you using that one? Because now you're just
Because
using up more bandwidth.
It's lagging so far behind. I couldn't. I was talking and nobody could hear me. So.
Okay. All right, man. We all have a good evening. I'll chit chat with y'all later.
Later.
All right, man.
All right.
So yeah, now my signal's gonna really go bad. So I'll listen.
Pretty much as soon as he said that,
Yep.
he cut out.
I think he's made that trip to the casino enough times. He knows where his signal goes bad.
I think he's trying to respond, but no signal. And Zach's over here watching HGTV.
I'm doing.
We can't hear you, Ralph. You're just coming through garbled. Have fun at the casino, buddy. Be safe.
Oh.
What kind of
We're
beer are you
back
drinking
now.
tonight?
What
kind of beer are you drinking tonight? I saw you drinking one earlier.
I just had all we had in the refrigerator was my wife's Red's apple ale, so I had a couple of those.
Oh, okay.
So I've got I thought about getting in. I bought some small batch bourbon, Eagle Rare. Some expensive stuff. It's actually pretty good, but I don't know. I've already drank that. I'm afraid if I break into that, it may not end well. But what are you drinking tonight?
I finally got my hands on it after people telling me about this beer for years.
Something Head.
Dogfish Head 120-minute IPA. Why is this camera backwards? It's weird. Or is that just for me? No, but it can't just be for me.
I could read it just fine. I could only see the head part on the label.
You can read it fine? For me, everything is inverted. That's weird.
Oh, no. I had to flip my camera where I can get widescreen. So 120-minute IPA. So that means they put the hops in. Was it for 120 minutes? Is that how that works?
And then they age it. So it ends up being like up to 20% alcohol by volume.
That ought to get the job done.
All right.
I've got a couple of bottles down in the basement sitting aging of Bourbon County.
Bourbon County, huh?
Yeah, it's made by, I think it's made by Goose Island. I've got one from this year and I've got one from last year. And I'm gonna try to let them each age for 5 years.
You gotta try, huh? You gotta just stash them way to the back and forget about them.
That as long as I don't see them, that's how you accomplish that. I've had it before. It's really good. It's for being aged in bourbon barrels, a stout that's aged in bourbon barrels. It's really good. But they say it gets even better if you let it age, though, because I mean, every time I had it, when it comes out, everybody around here lines up trying to get as many of them as they can because they sell out so fast. They have you had that or heard or seen that? Not Your Father's root beer.
I think I've had that.
When that first came out, before, because I think Pabst actually bought that company out, but when they were still just a micro brewery, it was somebody's flub up because they done a short run of the Bombers that were like 20-something% by volume, and they went ahead and bottled them, sold them, and then it nuts over them. And then, so then they had to replicate the mistake that year. So the story goes, anyway. Is
for some reason, I just, the low alcohol beers, I just can't drink them anymore.
That's kind of the way I am. Like, I just wanted something different tonight, but a lot of times, like, if I get, like, I don't even mix anymore. I buy a couple of bombers of a few different things that I want to try, and very few that I'll drink again. You know, it's like I try them and then I try something else because I don't drink that much. So it's like now every time I sit down, I'm going to have a beer. I want to try something different.
Yeah, sometimes I do, but
you know, it's weird. like when I was younger, I remembered it was real easy to go into a liquor store and buy a 30-pack of Natural Light or a 30-pack of Steam. Or now I've noticed as I get older, I go to I spend 45 minutes in there looking at different stuff, and it's like, okay, well, I'll get this one, and it's just weird.
I'll tell you what, this 120 minute is probably the best beer I've had in a long time.
Oh yeah.
But that's subjective because a lot of people don't like IPAs. So. Well,
and see, I'm not a big IPA. I haven't really had any IPAs that I like. I tend to go more to the stouts and the ales. Now, there was a company that was doing it was a little bit gimmicky. They were doing taking different bands and getting the rights to, release different beers based on they did in the Iron Maiden and a few other ones. But the Clutch one that they done, which was a sour stout. I love that one. I've actually, I knew it was a limited edition, and I went back to that liquor store and I bought 4 or 5 of them just so I had them. That's how much I liked it. But it's not something. It's I drink one bomber and that's it. Then it's I got to go a couple of weeks. It's not something I can just sit down and night. So.
Yeah, I try to keep drinking to one night a week. Have a couple beers and that's it.
Yeah, and that's about the way I am. Of course, I've been so busy here lately. I never drank, so it's that's so I'll have a couple of beers, but not out of the question. So. We got a new install van today.
What'd you end up getting?
I got a 2007 Dodge Sprinter with a 12-foot box and a lift gate on it.
Sounds like it's going to get about 4 mpg.
Actually, 23. It's a diesel.
It's 23 unloaded.
Yeah, 23 unloaded, but it's got the Mercedes diesel in it.
I'm familiar with it.
So
it's going to get 8 once you load it down.
Hey, hang on. All right, I'm back. Off here for a little while. I'm gonna leave it going. It seems like everybody else. I know Ralph. It shows Ralph is still on here, but we haven't heard nothing from him, and I don't know about Zach. So.
Well, Ralph said he was going to lose signal because of the mountains, and Zach is watching Property Brothers, and everybody else in the chat is not wanting to be in a hangout, it seems.
Yeah. Well, I might just go ahead and shut this one down for now. Seems like a good segue, and it's about 10 o'clock my time, and girls are getting pretty tired and restless, so I think I'll get them to bed. So.
Still got half a beer left.
Yeah, my oldest, she comes every other weekend, and I want to spend a little bit of time with her before she goes to bed.
All right. Well, hey.
Yeah. All right.
Unless somebody else from chat wants to join here in the next couple of minutes, I'll I'll probably be heading out too. I mean, the live stream will shut down, but
Right. Well, I'll leave the live stream up for now.
I can join in. I mean, post a link before you go. Can you post a link
Okay.
in
Yeah.
the chat? Give it like 5 minutes and see if somebody joins. If not, I'm going to head off of here too.
All right. Sounds good. I'll do that.
I mean, you don't have to be here. Just come back in like 5 minutes and shut it down.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I got the link right here. So copy link
Yeah,
address. But there's a certain way you have to do it in the YouTube chat because it won't post it for some reason, right? Yeah, it just graded out for me. So does anybody in the chat know how to do it? Like, what do you have to do? Let me put a dash in front of it. C, Control V. Yep, it graded out again because YouTube is pricks because for some reason I can't post a link in chat. Oh well, I guess we're going to have to shut it down unless somebody in chat really posts here how to do it. Leave off the www. Let's see here. Control V. Well, it's HTTPS // That's what we're going to leave off. So. Somebody else is going to join in here. I'll chat for a little while. Otherwise, in about 5 minutes, I'll go watch YouTubes until I'm finished with my beer and then call it a night. So it's HTTPS // and then that address that's in there. Now I hear like the Jeopardy theme song playing in my head. Yeah, you could join in here, fucker.
Yeah, fucker, come on in here.
Zach, you're still there? You done watching Property Brothers?
Actually, I was watching a movie. I came back.
Did they spend their whole contingency budget on unforeseen ducts that they had to move and a wall that was mysteriously really wide?
Yeah, there was like 4 runs. They were covering asbestos as well.
We're just going to knock out this wall. I mean, we know it's like 12 inches wide, and it's like, but probably nothing in it, right?
It's most assuredly bare. Except for, all the galvanized water lines. Oh, shit, we got to repipe the house now.
Oh, shit, all the electrical, all the mechanical, and all the plumbing goes up this wall to the second floor.
Like,
oh, damn. Who could have foreseen that?
Dude, a lot of times they're splicing like Romex onto knob and tube. I don't know why that happens so often on their show. Where they find that in the wall. It's like, we took the outlet out. Oh, no, it's knob and tube behind here. This is a complete surprise.
I think most of that. Yeah, I think most of that's scripted.
Ralph came back.
Hey, I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Are you on top of the mountain?
How?
Yeah.
What, aren't you supposed to be in the casino now?
No, I'll be there. I'm 10 miles from there.
Are you seriously still driving there?
Yeah, it takes about an hour and a half to get there.
Oh my God! Are you on a horse?
I'm in my truck, man. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm on a steel horse.
You're in there. You're going there in the work truck.
No, I'm in my little Colorado.
Colorado.
You need to get yourself like a sports car, man, so you can get there faster.
I had a Mustang, but I was like, this shit's too impractical. So, I got this truck. Now, there's too many cops out. I was like, screw that. I'm not speeding. I don't want a ticket. I'm already giving my money to the damn casino. I don't want to give it to the damn county, too.
You're not going to support your local law enforcement? Come on, man.
Now, there's other criminals to do that.
They got to be able to afford tasers so they can tase minorities for no reason, I mean, come on.
I don't know about no reason part. The camera only starts rolling after the shit is deep.
Cell phone camera. They're always ready.
Yep. Yep. Problem is, you never see the beginning of it.
That's right. The part where he's punching the guy's partner. Yeah.
Yeah. Or he runs through a 75 miles an hour to a school zone. Kids are trying to get on the bus.
Oh, shit. What did you say, Lord Vader?
That's called natural selection.
Natural selection. That's right.
Shouldn't have sent your kids to public school, man.
So what I missed last time I heard you and Chris were talking about beer and him going to the liquor store and just looking at all the different alcohols.
Yep. He's absorbing it through osmosis.
It's cheaper.
Zach, where the hell you been anyway?
I went to go watch a movie.
I'm just going to join the hangout, then go watch a movie.
I wasn't intending to stay there, but I walked back there and I sat down and I just kept on watching.
Hey, is Justin Henning in the chat?
No, he never joins chat, man. He just talks shit in the comments.
Oh, so he is is he in the comments?
Yeah, he's in the comments. He's always in the comments.
All right. Well, Justin sent me this stupid movie on Netflix. Sent me this stupid movie on Netflix. What the hell was it called? Turbo Kid. I was like, damn, Justin. I watched it. I was like, damn, I can't believe I kept waiting for the kid and the robot to get together.
That's only in Japan.
Yeah.
Where they have the robotic sex dolls that are like slowing down the reproductive rate of the country.
I asked him, I sent him a text. I said, hey, does that guy and that robot get together? He said, this ain't no 80s porn. It's a knockoff like Mad Max kind of movie.
I see it. I looked it up. It says, in a post-apocalyptic wasteland, an orphan teen played by Monroe Chambers must battle a ruthless warlord, which is Michael Ironside, to save the girl of his dreams. That sounds really awesome.
And she was a robot. And then she got blown up at the end. And she.
Oh, man, you ruined it for me. I was going to go watch that after the chat. Thanks, man.
Hey,
Man.
I didn't ruin it all. There's still some
You did.
exciting
You just
scenes
ruined
in
it.
that movie.
You just ruined it, man.
Yeah.
Hey, the kid takes that robot's head and he duct tapes it to another robot. And all of a sudden it starts working.
And then he plows the crap out of it.
You gotta watch this movie.
I'm going to watch it just for that.
It's
That's the
a trip.
kind of reanimation I can get on board with.
Yeah.
It's one of those
They're all riding
hentai
around.
movies.
They're all riding around on bicycles.
That's good. Some real sound scientific principles.
Yeah. But he said it won a lot of independent, like the Sundance Festival, won a lot of awards.
Oh, God,
So,
really? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Hey,
they
I'll
hand
watch
out a lot of awards at the Special Olympics, too.
Well,
This
that
is true. Yeah. Not exactly Carl Lewis.
Yeah, it's one of those cult movies. They're actually coming out with part 2, he said. He must have really liked it because he did some investigating, some studying on it.
He said, give it a chance. It's a good movie.
Yeah, it was. It was a good movie.
No, they say Mad Max is crazy, but I think it's great. So
Yeah.
give it a chance. Thunderdome.
Mad Max.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
Hey, I gave it a chance. I watched the whole thing.
Did you like it?
I watched it. I mean, but then
No.
I watch all kinds
Nice.
of stupid movies on Netflix too.
He called it a stupid movie. So
Well, I called I Manifold a stupid tool too. Remember?
yeah, but you actually think it's stupid. So that's why.
Nah.
It's a
It's
scientific calculator for measuring your superheat and subcooling.
Hey,
That
we
is true.
talked to another iManifold guy tonight on the podcast.
Oh yeah, that was a good interview too.
It was fun.
I enjoyed that one. He
Jason,
was a little more lively.
Bruce.
He
Yeah,
was a little more lively than Jim.
yeah. Jim's subdued.
Yeah. But
Oh, you talked to the new guy?
The guy who makes their YouTube videos.
Jason.
I haven't seen it. I must not be subscribed to them. I haven't seen any of their YouTube videos.
Jason O.
I saw the
can't
one.
pronounce
I saw the one with the cigarette smoking man who sounded like he just had smoked about 50 cigarettes before he did the video.
Which one was that?
The one after they got rid of Jim, and he's like, "There's two sides to every story."
Oh,
But
that
I'm
was
not going to
Bill.
tell you. I'm not going to tell you my side of the story because of reasons.
That was Bill Northrup.
Jim's wrong, but I'm not telling you why. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
I need a cigarette, so I'm going to end this video here.
Hey, the guy Doug Lockhart was on HVAC talking shit about Jim, talking about how he was the problem, not Bill.
Wow. Doug's kind of a loose cannon, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess he's the Steve Lav of HVAC talk.
Yeah. He's
I don't go on HVAC talk much.
Nah, I don't either. I hadn't been over there for a long time.
There's a fence around it. I can't get in.
Yeah.
I get like forum responses from there when I'm looking up certain things, and I'll go on there and watch people fling poo at each other.
Yeah, it's a horrible deal. I don't know why people do that.
Internet forums exist for one reason, and that reason is shit posting. There's
Yeah,
no
well,
knowledge to
so-
be gained there.
Yeah, so everybody can boost their own ego.
Well, that and shit posting, where you just post shit just because. It's the
Look at this
newest-
dirty unit I found. It's the dirtiest. No, this one's the dirtiest, motherfucker. No, this one's the dirtiest. Look how blown this capacitor is.
Yeah.
Okay, so my buddy sent me a picture of a unit today that literally a cat shit on. So there we go. He wins.
That's more rare. Yeah.
A cat shit on it, huh?
Yeah. Well, he suspected it was a cat. It was the right size. It could have been a similarly sized.
Could have been a
male.
raccoon.
It could have been a raccoon. He said it was a cat. It was plausible.
Well, Justin
That
said it
was
was
all
a
about
terrorist
cat shit.
attack in London just now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I heard
they've
about that like 6 hours ago.
There
Try
was
to
like
keep up
3
with
of
it.
them in 3
Yeah.
different places, I thought.
What the world?
Hey, I don't know what
Didn't
those
you see me
people are-
post it in the group text, Zach? I was like, let's not jump to conclude. And it's Muslims.
Oh, I saw that, but I figured it was just more of your standard stuff. I really didn't associate it with a news event. Let me see. I did like the Helen Keller flashbang thing. That was fun.
Like I said, you guys are still on the PG-13 on the memes, man. If I really send you the memes, you guys will just block me.
No, they won't.
I can't guarantee what's going to happen. I've seen some of his memes he's referred to as PG-13. I thought those were the heavy-duty memes, and they weren't.
I'm just wondering where that line is. I'm going to cross it one day, and I'm going to be just like the outcast. Nobody's going to want to talk to me anymore. We're like, man, there's something wrong with that guy.
But they are funny, though. I like this. Let's not jump to conclusion, and it's Muslims.
Eric, where was you last night?
I was actually like, my stomach was bothering me. I was feeling really sick. I was like laying in bed, hating my life at that point. But yeah, I ate something that didn't agree with me, and that's the point I was at. And I kind of was looking through my phone, and I was like, damn, there's a Hangout going on. I'm missing it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do them on Friday nights.
There's like 100 dudes watching last night.
Yeah.
Where are they now? It's the same damn people.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of like it when we do the private ones, to where we only let certain people in.
Well, you
He
can
just
let
don't-
everybody
he
watch.
doesn't
Just
want
don't let
blood around.
everybody in.
Yeah, right. That's what he's
what?
talking about. Yeah.
What?
He just not a private video, but a private hangout where not everybody can hit a link in the chat.
Yeah. But they can watch it. They can watch it.
If they want to rock around and blab too much at home, they can.
Right.
We don't need
And
people
if
talking
they want to
about
join,
like that guy that you're talking about that always joins and like always is like know it all about everything.
Yeah.
well, yeah, and like I said, me and John were trying to debate Goodman, and we were trying to go a certain direction, and he kept trying to talk about. I'm like, dude, shut the hell up.
Fucking seal tight gas, man. He kept talking all the time.
Well, it's all right.
Yeah. That was fun.
What's there to debate about Goodman? They have a bad name because they'll sell the equipment to anybody, and the absolute worst people put it in. There you go.
Hey, hey, wait a second now.
We're not going to do the Goodman debate, are we, though? Right?
No.
We
Did
can
you
have
see
it.
that in
I would love to have it.
Boy, I sat through it last time, man.
I want to have it from an objective point of view, though. You know what I mean?
Okay, that's
I'm
different.
not saying last time wasn't because I wasn't there, but objectively, they sell the equipment to anybody. People put it in really shitty, and they get a bad name for it.
Hey, but wait a second. But you're pretty sure it probably wasn't objective there, right? You said it might have been, but it probably wasn't.
I shouldn't say. I wasn't there. I didn't watch it, so I'm not going to say.
What would
Did
you
you see that?
speculate?
Zach, did you see that picture? Did
Which
you
picture?
see that picture I put up where that Goodman's in that closet next to that air handler? And
Oh
it's got
yeah,
a
but
piece
that's
of
okay
pipe.
because they put a pipe on it. It's good.
Yeah,
It's
they
good to
put a
go.
piece of pipe over it so the condenser could so it could blow the air through the pipe up the pipe. But it was in the same room as the air handler. And I was like, well, damn, the damn thing's still running because that was an old Goodman.
You know, the question comes down to though. I mean, yeah, that's pretty crappy, but is that Goodman's fault?
No, that's
No,
not.
I mean,
Goodman's
I'm pretty sure they give you a book with that unit, and that book has some pretty good information in there that says,
No, but-
hey, you might want to install this condensing unit outside the conditioned space.
Yeah,
But
we
no,
like,
what I
we
was
like to put
talking
them
about-
outside.
What I was talking about though, Eric, is that thing it had to have been 20 years old.
It was like one of those ones from like 1999.
Yeah, and it was still running. That's what I was talking about. I was like, damn. Talking
Yeah,
about Goodman, but that son of a bitch is still running.
Yeah, I will say they use crappy capacitors.
Well, they all do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not gonna say that everybody is exempt from that, but Goodman does use some crappy ones. I every like 3-year-old Goodman I'm changing a capacitor in.
Yeah, I changed capacitors in my ICPs that I put in.
Yep.
Yeah, sure. But I see some decent installs that aren't really giving them any problems. And like you said, they're older units, they're R22, they're still running. I change a capacitor in them, go about my way. But
Yeah, no, I hey, look, you know
bad
what?
installs with them.
I like good.
Yeah, but you can't really knock the equipment. I mean, like
Yep.
Train. I don't like Train's policies, but I don't have anything against the equipment.
Yeah, the policies are crappy, but one thing about Goodman air handlers and condensers, that metal is like paper thin. Like you take you take a condenser fan off, or if you take an air handler panel off, like you better be really careful putting those screws back in because they're going to strip immediately. You better put them in by hand. You better not use a power tool to put them back. You know, get them started with the power tool and do the final tightening by hand gingerly.
Gingerly.
Just with your two fingertips. Don't even use the tool. Just do this.
All
until
right,
they're tight.
construction criticism.
That's construction criticism.
Construction criticism, man.
No, but you know, I
rivets.
do.
We'll drill them out.
I do tighten up the screws with my impact though, but I know when to stop.
Oh man, you'd be the biggest asshole in the world if you just started throwing rivets in equipment when you're done with it. I'm gonna do that.
That's what the
customer's like. I'm calling somebody else next time. I'm fed up with you guys. All right.
I'm gonna get 1/8" rivets or whatever is gonna be required, 3/16, and go put them into the Goodman air handlers. So the bench is not, it's not holding, so we're gonna go to drastic measures. It's not.
You can use a good screw to get them out.
Here's a good tip for you guys, right? Yep. I get these screws from United. They're number 12 screws. They have a 5/16 head, but they have a bigger shaft on them. So when you go to these equipments with stripped out fasteners, instead of just like putting 3/8 screws or something dumb, or just dealing with the stripped out fasteners and drilling new holes, you put these number 12 ones in, and then you're good. You don't have to switch tips next time, but you get the panel on tight.
Well, fellas, I hate to leave the hangout, but I'm in the parking lot getting ready to.
Let's see the casino. Turn it around. Let me see the dancing Indian neon sign.
There's not one.
Big money, no whammies. Big money, no whammies.
Walmart. There's a Walmart. What's up?
Yeah, there is a Walmart, but I just passed it. It's like less than a half a mile away.
Oh, where's it? There's got to be some kind of sign, right?
Can you see it?
No, I see a big light.
Well, that's it.
Is it the end? No, I'm just kidding.
Now the sign's up towards the front. It's about a mile actually back here off the road.
Oh, okay. A mile up the road. That's far away.
Yeah.
All right, go inside. Lucky number 7, black 37, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck.
All your money.
All right.
Everything.
All right, be careful.
Yeah, put everything on it. Put everything on it.
I will.
Right, let it ride. Let it ride, Ralph.
Man, I gotta go because my free play, my $100
Are they closing? Are they closing? You can't talk to us for 10 seconds?
My $100 free play runs out at midnight, and then I have some more free play on the 4th, which is at midnight, or 12:01, and then I got a mystery from like $50 to $500. So I won't know until I stick it in the machine.
It runs out at midnight tonight.
You won't know till you stick it in, huh?
Yeah, won't know until I stick it in.
It's 11:30, so get in there.
All right, later.
All right, see you.
Bye.
All right, we need a replacement for Ralph, or I'm going to go to bed. We need at least 3 people. It's not dynamic. No, it's not that. 3 people makes it dynamic. If it's 2 people, it's like more subdued. You know this with your friends. If there's like 3 of you, there's more jokes told. 2 of them, that's not the case.
I don't have any friends.
Then we're really screwed. Then we have equally poor social skills. This is going to be bad. We're going to need Justin or Justin.
Or Justin. There's 3 Justins in chat. One hasn't
really?
posted in a while.
Oh, that's right. Just Justin is in the chat, probably. Where you at? Maybe not. Michael Lee went to bed. I see a bunch of Justins all the way up. Who the hell's watching this shit? Is anybody watching them?
Who knows?
I'm going to go check on my phone. I was gone too long.
I'm not subscribed to this channel, so I can't see it.
Well, you got to subscribe to the channel. They notify you then.
It's funny because Justin Hernandez and Justin H. Other Justin never join chat. They just sit there in the other chat, the text-only chat. They never join the Hangout.
Yeah, they need to come on in here.
Hiding behind their
12 dudes are
anonymity.
watching.
Yeah, 12 people are watching this. Well, I have the chat popped out. Does that still count me? I don't know because I clicked out of the page, so I could be one of those.
I could be too. That's
Not
exactly
sure.
what I do. What a coincidence. Listen,
Join in here, Justin Hernandez. What the fuck? You're in Florida too.
maybe
I'm
more
gonna
so.
be down in Homestead the 24th and the 25th.
Let's see. Gently invite them.
If you were here last night, you would have seen me in the live feed. No, that's lies.
Oh, that's right. He
all
was
lies.
here last night. I forgot about
Why won't he join now then? Got too much gunk from that capacitor on your hands? Couldn't wash off? Yeah, I'm gonna be in
that. If
Homestead.
y'all don't join.
I'm going to that Sage Dynamics class on at what is it, Shooter's Gauntlet, that there at Homestead the 24th and 25th. It's gonna be pretty fun.
Sorry, I was having to talk to my son. Staying up late.
Why is your son not in
All right, guys,
bed, man? You need to smack the crap out of that.
He's. I should do that.
You tell me.
You know, he'll never expect it.
I'll never
I'll
be
get
a
the
good
drop
friend.
on him. I didn't do anything yet.
It was preemptive.
Yeah,
What's
I
preemptive?
know you're gonna do something tomorrow.
And then just smack
Wow.
him again.
Bow. That's for your
No, no,
vocabulary problem. Yep. All right. We got 30 seconds, guys. I'm gonna play this newest video by Stephen Raridan on my phone.
Oh yeah,
That is
I
a
saw
threat.
that. That is a training video. Might be good.
Yep. Introducing David Cameron HVAC Aura training with Stephen Raridan.
Rare down.
Raridan.
Radon.
No one. You Justins aren't worth a shit.
I know they're all the same. Every Justin's the same. You got Justin Gonzalez. He's selling Kias now. He's not even doing HVAC anymore.
What a sellout.
I know,
He
right?
doesn't even come in here anymore. Before he was like, oh man, I'm gonna take the world by storm by now selling fucking Kias.
Is your daughter screaming now?
My daughter kept screaming when I was in Hangout. That's why I don't join. Wait a second. It's 11:30. I know she's not awake. She's a little kid.
You got duct tape?
That's right. Duct tape. You got closets.
Probably got a basement even. I mean, he's up north. He's probably got a basement. Got duct tape. Duct tape and a basement. I mean, come on.
Starting to sound like BTK.
What's BTK?
The serial killer, BTK. Oh, well, never mind.
I haven't heard of that serial killer, but
let me look up his actual name. BTK killer is Dennis Rader. Murdered 10 people from 1974 to 1991.
Okay, so he said send me the link. There's http colon or whatever, https colon / / in front of that. Oh, now he's putting conditions on this shit. Come on.
All right, we can play condition for condition. Here you go. I have a timer. I'll set it on. Shit, let me try this again.
Yeah,
2
of course
minutes.
the link doesn't work. I just said that. You have to put https colon / / in front of it. I'll type it in the chat. HTTP. Of course it's not typing. Why would it type? It probably won't let me post it because it's YouTube.
I don't have the link, so I don't know. Where's the link at?
It won't let me post it. Any web addresses. Palace knows how to do this shit. I don't know how to do this shit. Palace is magical.
He is.
Here's Zach. I'll text. Well, I can't even text a link to you because it's on the computer. Do you have it in email? Can you copy paste it, or do I have to go through all the steps here?
Where's the link located?
All right, let's see.
Wait a second. I got it. Okay, I can send it on to Justin.
Messages. Just in case, I'm just going to text it to you anyway. There you go.
I sent it to your email, Justin.
That was your phone with me sending the link to you for no apparent reason.
That's all right. I'm already in, Eric. I sent it to him on email, so if he wants to join. Less than a minute remaining. There's only 43 seconds left to join before I go catatonic. Hit that little red phone thingy.
Yeah, we're both going to go watch Stephen Reardon videos.
Yep, that's how bad this shit has gotten. Basically like the apocalypse.
I wouldn't say it's that bad, but
I would rather be in Thunderdome fighting for my life.
Well, you don't like Reardon, Zach?
I like him. He's great. I got to donate to his Africa trip.
Yeah, I know. Israel loves him.
I think Israel wants to donate to get his plane ticket out earlier.
You know,
oh, look at that. He beat it by 2 seconds.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then Chris
Yeah,
joined
he
back
did.
in again.
What's
going on?
Got kids to bed. I was trying to talk through the headset on the laptop, but Zach was talking about playing Raritan videos and taking over.
Smashing the computer against the wall.
I was on the stop button. If I heard it come through, I was shutting her down.
Stop button.
Oh, we can watch it live together. Come on.
It's probably really
Share
great
the
video.
screen.
Let me go ahead and see it.
Well, it's just an introduction to the HVACR training.
Ah,
Introducing David Cameron HVACR training.
Let's see.
He's standing next to a Tramerican standard cube package unit.
He's got 17 thumbs up and no thumbs down, so it's obviously a great video.
We got to thumbs down it. Just on principle. If I see a video with more thumbs up than thumbs down, I thumbs down it. That's just my rule.
That explains a lot of my videos. I wish.
My wife Karen and I have been in business now for 4 years, providing.
I'll have several accounts.
The HVAC industry.
You're going to have needed a lot of them to explain it.
We're here in our new hands-on training center just outside of Garner, North Carolina.
Awesome.
Now we can provide a unique mix of fundamental theory and practical hands-on training in a small group setting. We usually work with groups of 10 to 16 technicians that allows us to focus on the needs of the individual learner. Here in our facility, we run a regular training schedule of 1 and 2 day classes.
This is fantastic.
Such as HVAC.
This is good. They're looking at some kind of bird feeder.
EPA or nature.
Oh no, that's an accumulator. Sorry.
You could do either. It's multi-purpose. Yeah.
Where's the accumulator?
Eric, you need to watch this because there's furnaces in it, so you can say, "What's that?"
There's no such thing as a furnace. You guys are just perpetuating this lie that there is.
Hey, Eric, what's a heat pump?
It's something that we only use in cooling mode. I'm not sure what that reversing valve thing does or why it's there.
I never see a heat pump.
I've straight piped them for cooling at the direction of companies I've worked for. They're like, they're not going to use heating.
Regardless of the system size or type.
Neat.
Solid understanding of what we call the core skills of our business.
Is he like recording in like a class or something?
It's like a guy's introduction. He's kind of walking around videotaping his displays and his like little, I forget what to say, little models and stuff they use to teach kids or adults or whatever.
Does he have his hand in his front pocket, but his hand is suspiciously close to his genitals?
Hold on, let me check. I think I just saw the guy pan past him. Hold on. Well, it's vibrating. I'm just kidding.
I just got a text from Ralph. He just hit $500.
For real?
Yep.
He'll piss it all the way by 9 cents. He always. Hey man, he's been up like $1,000 before.
Yeah.
Piss it all the way.
You know, I had one of my old bosses. He went to the casino a lot, and you notice one thing about them: they only tell you about the times that they did good, which is very seldom because they're at the casino all the time. Once every couple of weeks, they'd be like, "Yeah, I was up $1,000," but you were there every day for the last 2 weeks. Yeah, but we're not going to talk about those other days.
Diagnosing that issue, as you notice on some of the equipment, we also have timers, and in more advanced classes, they've got, of course, to diagnose that issue in a certain amount of time. In other classes, they actually are making the problem themselves. For instance, work through a guided set of lab activities.
Hey, Zach.
It's over.
Zach.
Yep.
Email John the link.
And
Johnny. All right.
People would hate me if I was in that class trying to set up things, man. People would absolutely hate me. I promise you.
I think I know what you're saying.
Hey,
I would sit there and I would cut wires. I would cut the strip portion of the wire off, and I would put the insulated part into a terminal where you could it back down, and people would sit there for a freaking hour and scratch their heads and be like, "What the fuck's going on with this thing?"
I could see that. That'd be hilarious. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with it. The signal just disappears.
I got 240 volts here, but I don't got it here.
Oh, impossible.
Did I think I mentioned this in another chat. I might not have, though. Did I tell you guys about that a unit that I was supposedly several guys came out and looked at it before me, right? Did I tell you guys about that?
Nope.
Wait a second. No, I don't think so.
Okay, so I go to this building. It's a commercial strip mall. Single phase rooftop ream cube package unit. I go there and I'm like, I open the unit, and the first thing I notice is somebody already changed the transformer, didn't mount it because it's just floating in there, and the old one's still in the unit. Brand new contactor, brand new fan capacitor, right? Like, okay, that's interesting. So I go to the first thing I check is like, do I have 240 volts to the unit? No, I do not. I have 0 volts between L1 and L2, but I have 120 to ground on both legs. So I go to the panel, same thing. Go to the main disconnect, same thing. I'll tell them that, you got a problem with FP&L, call your power provider. And they're like, well, we've had several guys out here, and I'm like, yeah, they didn't fix it, did they? And it was funny because the guy at the store was like, well, I was a former electrician. Can you explain to me what's going on? And I talked to him about it, and he's like, you got to be fucking kidding me. He's like, I had all these guys out here, and none of them even checked to see if the right power was applied to the unit.
I got a phone call. Can you hear me?
No.
Well, it's not showing up when I talk. That's why I asked. I've been having all kinds of technical difficulties. But I got a phone call the other day. Somebody wanting to know if I could work on a PTAC unit that they bought off Amazon, and they said he said he installed it. And long story short, he was only getting 115 volts to it when and it was a 220 unit. And I asked him if he wanted me to run wire and stuff for it to fix it and get it running. He's like, nope, I'll take care of it. Okay. So I didn't even know you could buy PTACs on Amazon.
Well, yeah, it's a packaged unit. It's a terminal package unit, so you can buy that easily. It's basically a window unit.
A glorified window heat pump, yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Matter of fact, let me look. Let's see how much one cost.
I beat you to it, man. I'm looking at them right now. I'm gonna go ahead and get me a couple
There's a
PTAGs.
Frederick, or I think that's what it was.
The Friedrich.
I've worked on them before. I've worked on a bunch of Amana PTACs. I've actually, for a facility I was working for, I would actually cannibalize. They had a bunch sitting in their shop. I would cannibalize the ones in the shop, and it was always they had these thermistors on them, and I would just take the thermistor off of one that worked and put it on one that didn't, and it would work fine.
Yeah.
And I would rebuild.
$5.99 free shipping.
Free shipping, man. Is it new or used?
New. It's a Garrison. 9,000 BTU.
Oh, man.
A Kumach model 700.
There's an Amana.
Is Coolmuch really a brand? That would
it's
be
not,
awesome.
but I'm gonna create that. Either that or Frostmore, something like that. Frostmore and Coolmuch models.
Coolmuch.
Guaranteed to frost your,
Oh,
it's the best.
there's a Kilmare or Kilmanair. It's a heat pump. Only 3 of them left. Free shipping. Amazon Prime. $874.
I got Prime. Shit.
Oh, there's an LG.
Don't buy it.
Yeah, $984, and it is sold by LG. It has literally a 1-star review.
Holy shit! How did LG get a star?
Because that's the lowest you can give. Can't give
Let's
0 stars.
Let's read what the seller had or the buyer had to say about it. Installed 4 months ago, and up to now we've had 6 service calls, and this unit is still not functioning reliably.
So far, accurate.
Does it come with a free jug of R410A?
It says, "Go figure. Certainly, life is good."
Does it come with a free jug of refrigerant though? I mean, because every LG unit, you should at least get a free jug of refrigerant to get you through the first few years.
Yeah.
What's the cardboard box? That's your next evaporator. You have to wait a little while though.
Don't want to pop it in too soon.
That's right. Or you just had to get another one. That's right. Wait your 4 months like everybody else.
So what's going on, Justin Henning? We got you to join this chat, and you're just sitting there in the background.
I am watching TV.
Watching TV, huh? Just join the chat to watch TV.
Hey.
What's on?
CNN.
You watching Property Brothers?
No, that's Zach.
Is that on?
I swear there's
no idea.
gay lovers. Is that only me that thinks that?
What's that?
Aren't they gay?
Yeah, I think they're not really brothers. I think they're gay lovers. Yeah, they just say they're brothers because that's why they're so close.
That's what I kind of thought when I said, I know you guys are twins, but I'm pretty sure they're homosexual life partners. Look how good they design.
There's a thing on here. It's called a bed jet. It's comfort control for all styles of mattresses.
Oh, that's not what
Does it vibrate?
You can control it with your phone.
Does it have a cooling gel that shoots out onto you?
Oh god. He's checking.
It's got a little flexible like dryer vent pipe that goes up to a like this little, I don't know, like a little diffuser deal that slides up under the cover, and it's got a bracket that mounts between the mattress and the box spring to hold it.
How much does it cost?
$399.
$399, huh?
Yeah, it does heating and cooling, it says.
Heating and cooling. Well, I can tell you heating is the last thing I want in Florida.
Johnny boy.
What's up?
What's up, bro? Huh?
What's up, dude?
Nothing's
What's happening?
I'm reading.
We're just looking at LGP tax on Amazon.
Oh, Zach, my customer did not go with the inverter.
Oh man, what are you getting?
Terrible sadness.
Yep, he went with the 16 SEER.
Oh man,
Very unfortunate for them.
At least you sold it either way. Sold a job either way.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. But I was really hoping for the inverter. But he said the reason is because that's not their forever home. They do plan on moving one day.
Oh, that's a shame.
Well, tell them don't worry. Inverter systems don't last more than 5 or 6 years before they have problems anyway.
Blessings in disguise.
Well, he said that, at one point last night, he said they had made up their mind that they were going to go with the inverter, like it was a done deal. And but then he said they started talking about it again, and they said, well, we've always said that we were going to leave this place eventually. So I don't think, should we really put that kind of money into the air? And then so they started thinking and talking, and then they decided to go with the 16. So
fuck them.
Yeah, they're going to buy that 16 SEER unit, and they're gonna lease their $50,000 cars that they spend 15 minutes a day in.
Did you give them 3 options?
Yeah, I started doing the
Yeah.
I have started doing the 3 option. When I
Usually people go with the middle.
Yeah, they usually go with the middle. I did a 14, a 16, and an inverter, and they went with the 16.
Here we go. Here's what you got to do. You had to create 3 options: 16 SEER, inverter, and just make up a higher one.
Space shuttle.
That's right.
Yeah.
You want the fully variable speed ICP Megatron 4200.
Megatron.
So if they say we'll take it, then you had to go, oh fuck, you had to go buy like a train or something and say, well, this is what I'm talking about right here.
or a carrier green speed.
Yeah, here's your green speed, or just get an ICP and throw some green paint on it or something.
That's right.
Hopefully they'll be stupid.
Or just throw a carrier logo on it.
What you got to do is just give them 2 options, but make the first option so bad that they pick the second option. Be like, here's your first option, 16 SEER unit, but it has a robot arm that fucks you in the ass with a cactus on it.
I would never choose that option.
Or you can take the inverter unit. I mean, it's your choice, really.
People are looking up like the inverter then.
I like what Zach said. Would you like the ICP Megatron 4200?
That's right. I mean, like, if you don't like it as an air conditioner, it folds itself up and becomes a car.
Oh shit!
That's what you guys need. You guys want quality shit.
Hi.
Well, I saw Ralph went to the casino. I guess Kimberly didn't feel like standing up tonight.
Yeah.
She stood him up.
Yeah.
What did you say, Zach? He's stands with fist?
Yeah. He's getting the comp by stands with a fist up in his room right now. Don't worry, he'll be fine. He's used to it every time he goes up there.
I would say that's not Ralph's first rodeo.
No.
Just use some of that leak stop. It's real oily.
It's just mineral oil.
Right now, Ralph has probably won $1,700, and when he leaves, he'll be down $500.
Is that your kid, Chris?
Yeah, she didn't want to
Still
go to
up.
sleep, so
Yeah.
Yeah, we're both laying in bed.
Oh.
Haven't you heard of chloroform?
Yeah.
Come on, Eric. You got to be discreet here. Haven't you heard of Benadryl?
Yes, exactly. But that actually has an adverse effect on some children, especially this one.
Oh.
Put some tussin on it.
What else you got? What's that? Early times? Suburban?
Yeah.
It's
Old
cheap.
Crow.
Old Crow. Yeah, Old Crow. The stuff they clean the bar with.
Yeah.
They wring out the rag into the glass. Here's your Old Crow.
Sounds delicious.
That's a wholesome, woody taste. Is this stuff alcoholic? I don't know. The last guy went to the hospital.
Sign me up.
He's dead, man.
Anybody run any calls today?
Yeah, I ran
did.
2.
What'd you do?
I went and gassed up the guy that bought the 16 seer because it was frozen yesterday. So I went and gassed him up this morning. And then after that, I went on a system that we put in a year ago, and the drain was stopped up and it tripped the float switch. Upflow position. So it had an SS2 on it. It just tripped the SS2. So, and of course, the P trap was stopped up that I put. So I just unclogged the trap, and the water started running.
That's a really quick clog.
Yeah, I know. I know. A year,
It's
huh?
a dirty house.
Fucking aluminum foil.
Absolutely not, man. She's actually really clean.
Huh.
Yeah, I was surprised too that the trap was clogged up already.
ICP?
Ream.
So dead. The aluminum's not as good, man. The copper was antibacterial. Aluminum's not.
Yeah.
Shit grows on it faster.
Right.
Science.
Well, we know you're the science guy.
That's right. Especially at 11:50 at night, I got some real good nuggets for y'all.
Zach Nye, the science guy.
That's right. That's right. Man, I wish Eric's gone now. I was going to read him this LG review I found that was 1 star. As I do not buy anything from LG. They have the worst customer service and don't want to fix your product.
Zach, why are you got your camera off tonight?
Oh, I was naked.
Oh,
I'm kidding. There you go. There you go. The idea is to answer quickly. It makes it look like it's true.
I got you.
Now here I am, right here.
All right, man. Me too. Look, dude, I got me a backdrop now.
I see that. That's nice.
Oh yeah.
See, hey, but look at me. I'm well centered on mine. I'm well centered.
What, am I not centered?
You got to bring the camera down.
Johnny to iron his. You got little wrinkles there.
Hey, I got one that's made of a different fabric. So
Yeah, well, you know what, Justin? If you don't like my wrinkles, you can go fuck yourself.
John's not taking his backdrop seriously. I got to cover all this stuff up back here. You know, that doesn't look very nice, man. I mean, come on.
Whoa.
You want some Prego, man? I got Prego.
Hey, look, baby. Zach's got a big old jar of Prego.
Hey, John, you need to borrow the flour? Here you go. Hey, who feels like some Walmart mashed potatoes? That's fun. Oh, man. Oh, my drinks are probably cold by now.
What?
The refrigerator's on the other side of the door. It's great.
Prego sauce. I don't know. No, it's red sauce.
And the hell was ragu?
Oh yeah, my wife uses Prego for her spaghetti. My wife makes a bomb ass spaghetti.
Oh, it's frozen. Shit.
Chris, how old is your little girl?
The one that's laying here with me is 3.
Ah. Yeah, my little girl's gonna be 2 in August.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, these she'll be 4 in November. No, October. Sorry.
Yeah, my son just turned 3 in March.
Yeah, her and her sister are 11 months, 2 weeks apart.
Yeah, our kids are 18 months apart.
You say hi to John. He can't see you waving. Say hi, John.
My kids are about 20 feet apart. They're in different
Now,
rooms.
see, she'll sit here and talk, and then when you tell her to say hi to somebody, she shies up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here.
Hi, Sean.
Hi, sweetie.
Oh.
That's a cowboy.
Not a real cowboy. 3.
She's still up?
Yeah, she's still up.
I want to see her.
No, you can't see her.
Zach, what are you looking at?
Here.
Oh.
I'm telling my son to go to bed.
Oh.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. Zach just opened the door and went, go to bed. He's telling his son.
Is he in the pantry?
No, Zach's in the laundry room. The pantry.
I am in the pantry.
Look, he's pulling shit off the shelf.
Oh, see, it is the pantry then.
Hey, you better not get any closer.
Is that Doritos?
Hi, sweetie.
That's funny.
I'm not
You
even.
drinking the Zima there, Zach?
Zima? I haven't had Zima in a long time. They're bringing those
Zima
suckers
and Jolly
back.
Ranchers.
Hey, Zima's coming back.
We had gumbo tonight.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Gumbo's always good.
It was very
Drink a
good.
Zima. Eat a gumbo, drink a Zima is what I say.
That's
You
right.
get to see the gumbo again later.
Well, yeah, that's how we do it here in Louisiana. It's fucking 90 degrees. Oh, I'm sorry, Chris. My bad.
Oh, I've got a headset in.
Oh, okay, good. It's
All right, motherfuckers.
yeah, because
It's fornicating 90 degrees.
yeah, it's friggin' 90 degrees here, and we're eating gumbo.
So 90 degrees in your house, though?
No.
Well, then you're good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we said. Eric was like, "Is it 90 degrees in your house?" I said, "No." He goes, "Well, you're good then."
Yeah.
I haven't had some good gumbo in a while. We actually have a Cajun restaurant, but it's kind of far from me.
Yeah.
In Louisiana.
Some crawfish etouffee.
What happened to the Raging
Yes, sir.
Cajun?
I don't know, man. I kind of just died that one off.
Raging Cajun.
They have crawfish mac and cheese there too, which is really good.
Yeah. The thing is, though, is that I know it's Cajun to y'all, but it's it's not the real deal, though.
I'm sure it's not, but it's as close as I'm gonna get.
Right. Now, if you come, if you ever come to Louisiana, holler at me, and I'll meet up with you, and I'll bring you somewhere. Or actually, I'll just cook for you because I can do it.
Yeah, I know Heather wants to go someday, so
y'all, you know what y'all need to do, man? Y'all need to go to New Orleans, and if y'all don't mind, call me, and me and my wife will meet y'all there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I love New Orleans, man. I go to New Orleans all the time. I love New Orleans.
We don't have any immediate plans, but I know it's on her list of things she wants to do. So
right. Well, when that day comes, holler at me, and we'll meet y'all there.
Definitely.
All right. Now, if John goes to Florida, Eric, you need to show him how to catch a gator or some shit like that. I don't know.
No, catch a gator. That's our specialty, Zach.
Okay, hold on a second. If you go to Florida, then show John where all the northern people live.
Well, we actually do go to Florida. Where are you at in Florida?
West Palm Beach.
That's down there by Miami, ain't it?
East of the lake.
We have friends in Panama City.
Panama, where is that? Like Gulf Coast? Up north?
I can't believe you've never heard of Panama City.
I'm trying to think. I mean,
you know where
Gulf Coast.
Do you know where Destin is?
Where's Florida?
Where's Florida? I'm gonna look it up right now. Let me see.
Do you know where Destin is, Eric?
I don't know where Destin is. So
Destin,
what I'm gonna do right
Walton.
now,
Panama City.
what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go to Google Maps and type in Panama City and see how far it is from me. I know it's Gulf Coast. Panama City, Florida. Okay, here we go.
I'm going to head toward Eric's house. And it's going to take me 10 hours and 16 minutes.
Yeah, it'd probably take you about that long. I'm gonna be up in Myrtle. I'm gonna be up in Myrtle Beach in August, though, Zach. That's close.
Well, then you can say, "What's up, Zach? I'll come down there." It's
I'll
only
be there.
an hour and a half, so that's close. I will have gone to Myrtle Beach 2 times before then, I'm sure.
Do you want to guess how far that is from my house?
I don't know.
7.5 hours.
Wow, damn.
Yep.
Florida's big.
Good Lord. That's as long as it takes me to that's what it takes me to get to Panama from Louisiana.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, I've driven to Pennsylvania quite a few times by now. And literally Florida is 1/3 of the trip.
God dang.
He's right. I mean, I just put it into Google Maps. That's a long damn way.
Yeah. I wonder how long it would take me to get there from Louisiana.
Another 7 hours and 29 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying.
Yeah. 14 hours. Ooh, fuck that.
I'm right by Trump's house, though. You can wave to him.
Oh, okay. I'm coming then.
We do the next house south of him.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely coming
You
then.
can come see that shitty LG equipment and wave at Trump.
I will bow down and kiss his feet and say, "Hello, Mr. President." What?
It's funny because I've been through the Secret Service checkpoint once, and I've been through the police check. I've had the police search my truck before to go to this other place, and they're like, "Oh, well, we don't want to let you through here." I'm like, "Do you realize I voted for this freaking guy? Like, I'm not gonna do anything. Don't worry about me."
What did you say? Leave the food?
It's cool. I'm Republican.
It'll be fine. Or just
I'm
put the whole damn
not
pot
a
in the
Republican, but
refrigerator.
I voted for him. There's a difference there, but
It's fine. I'm a libertarian.
I don't really identify with any political groups.
It's fine. I'm heterosexual.
I bet you nobody can guess. Nobody can guess what political party I am.
Donald Trump.
I said political party.
That's not a political party.
Florida.
Nobody can guess it.
Cajun.
No, I'm being serious. Out of the two,
there's not just two.
Well, yeah, I know, but no,
I don't identify with either, honestly.
I am a Republican.
Oh,
Green. I was gonna say Green Party too.
Green Party was a good guess. I mean, if he did say Republican, I'm pretty sure he was going to say Green Party. Socialist.
Yeah.
Socialist, Green Party, Libertarian.
When I went vote for president, I had a shirt on that said "Build that fucking wall."
Hey man, China has a wall, and there's almost no Mexicans in China.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That was a good meme. I enjoyed that too.
That's the best meme, and people got all offended by that.
When
I posted that, I posted that somewhere, and people got all offended about it. I'm like, are you serious? People really took that seriously?
Well, that shirt I had on, it was a white shirt, and it had it was red, white, and blue. But of course, I think the U was bleeped out of the word "fuck," but it said "Build that fucking wall."
Like people are gonna walk by, like I cannot figure out what that means to say. So these people that put in asterisks, I'm totally dumbfounded by them.
What word could that be? What's a 4-letter word that starts with F, ends in CK?
It was hilarious though. When I got to the school, when I got to the school that I was registered at, people were just like "fucking A" and just walking by and just fucking giving me high fives and shit. It was great.
And the rest of them were letting the air out of your tires.
Yeah, and then I got a couple dirty looks. I had one woman look at me and go, "That's just pitiful. That is just pitiful."
Everett said, "Man, won't you shut your fucking mouth?"
What I really wanted to say was, "Bitch, go suck Hillary Clinton's titty."
Which is actually what the back of the shirt said, but she didn't see it.
Yeah.
Go suck Hillary Clinton's clit dick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
go
That's
suck
weird.
Hillary Clinton's dick, because we all know she's got a cock.
Hillary Clinton's foot-long Subway sandwich.
It's a clit dick. You should Google image it.
I am
Google
not.
it.
I'll leave that to you, Eric.
Oh, I'm sure now there'll be something in the group messages. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, Eric is the king of memes.
Like I told Zach earlier, you guys are still on the PG-13 level, man. You guys
Good
will block
Lord,
me.
I can't.
You guys will block me.
Can't imagine.
You can't imagine, man.
Well, as you're talking to people that have been blocked out of many things before,
Absolutely.
there's a chance of acceptance, so you might as well use them. If anyone's not going to block you, it's us.
Right.
Oh God, you really want me to send one? I'll send you guys a good one right now. We'll see how
Start
how
us
much.
off easy. Just work it up a little bit, all right?
I'll send you guys a good one right now.
You need to go to sleep.
Your kids don't have access to your phones, right?
No.
John.
Well, yeah, my kids do because y'all get text messages all the time. My son actually sent y'all the
Well, then I
fuck you
can't send
emoji.
this one.
Send it to me.
No. You can send it to me.
Hey,
It's all good.
I tell you what, just send it to me and I'll take a look at it and I'll see if everybody's ready for it.
No, send it to me. I can handle it.
He just
Here we
thinks
go.
he can.
Here
He's
we
a young
go.
man.
Group text. Let's see if I can kick from chat.
All right, here we go. I'm waiting on my phone to go off.
Let's see if I can kick.
Eric has some very, very vulgar memes.
I'm going to guess what it is in my head, this general theme of it, and we'll compare.
No, you're gonna be way off.
I hope I am.
Oh, my phone just went off.
Oh, there's a lot.
The awkward silence.
Hey, if that's what they are, that's fine. That's I can deal with that. I was expecting more in the Antichrist nature, but that's fine.
Hey, if they're funny, man, I don't discriminate. If they're funny, I post them.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Do you make these or you find them?
Usually find them. I don't have that much time on my hands.
Oh, okay.
I do have Meme Producer in my phone.
Yeah, I do too.
I made the LG one.
Zach, your meme today, your meme was fucking fantastic. Dude.
I like making those. They're kind of funny every now and then.
Yeah,
they're kind of.
The video, I really wish you would have posted it on Facebook because that was fantastic.
You know what? I don't want to do only jokes about that 1 meter. I just found it funny to think about it.
Yeah.
I don't want people to get the wrong idea. Like I hate.
Well, you can put like a little black bar on it, so they don't know what brand it is.
They'll probably get. It's funny though. It was funny. I get a kick out of making that stuff. Anyway,
Like, guess what meter this is?
I was brutally electrocuted in the video.
Did you get shocked by that testometer as well?
No, not me.
It's funny because I spent the last yesterday and today after that field piece meter broke looking for another clamp meter, and the only 3 clamp meters that had all the features I wanted were the field piece, the testo, and the UEI, and I was just like,
Which
God
field
damn.
piece?
You're not supposed to right now.
The SC260 that I already have, because I need lots of resistance rating on my meter. I need diode testing.
You know, Billy really likes the UEI one.
I thought about it, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. My buddy has one, but he said he's on his 3rd one in 7 years, and I'm like, I already have this Fluke 179. I'm just going to put it back in service for now. So,
what are the features you were wanting?
I need lots of resistance and diode testing.
Diode.
Well, diode testing. It's a microwave repairman.
All these stupid VRF systems, man. Every time you're checking these circuit boards, it's like, check the diodes, check the diodes, check the diodes. Like, oh God, again, this diode shit. Just make a unit that doesn't break after 5 years, please.
How often do you find a bad diode?
All the fucking time. On LG,
Really?
all the fucking time.
Well, your Fluke meter is probably the best, right?
I think Eric feels the same way about LG as I do about Goodman.
Yeah, I think he does.
Did you?
Oh,
You didn't.
shit,
You
here
know,
we go.
I don't know if you're following me on Instagram. Did you see my meme I made and I posted on Instagram?
I
think
do.
I posted in the group.
I do follow you on
about
Instagram.
I posted the one that said it had the Goodman and it said known as the worst reliability, and then it had the picture of the LG and it said, "Here, hold my beer."
Oh yeah, I did see that. That was funny.
I did see that one. Yeah.
LG is pretty bad.
Do you not have a Facebook, Eric?
No, I do not. I'll be
Eric
right
on
back.
Facebook? That's a waste of time.
Look at the one he just sent.
Is that why he's leaving? You don't want to be for us to throw up on it. The arrestables. That's funny. What? This ain't so bad. I don't know why he said it was bad. That ain't bad.
I want to see it.
Oh, poor Justin. Here, I'll forward it to you.
I'm out of the loop.
I will bring the loop to you. Let's see.
Is anybody even in the chat anymore?
I don't know. I haven't even checked it.
Oh, 11 people.
Zach is is Zach going to join? Is Ralph going to join us tomorrow, or is he going to hang out with Kimberly?
No, he's going to join us.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're doing it tomorrow, because he said he had to do it tomorrow. So I said, all righty.
Yeah, but he didn't hang out with Kimberly tonight, though.
She had some kind of, I forget what happened.
Stood up.
He was going over there.
No, he went to the casino.
No, but he was supposed to be going over there. Something must have happened. I forget what he said. Because her damn grandkids were there or something like that.
Yeah.
So I guess he couldn't do what he wanted to.
Yeah, I guess they couldn't stand up.
Well, it would have been awkward with them watching TV next to him.
Kids, y'all sit down. We're going to stand up.
No, look at Thomas. Look at Thomas. Did you get that, Justin?
Not yet.
This is Eric's meme.
You text it?
Oh God, you're sending in my memes too.
Yeah. Yeah, I sent it to you. He's sending more out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
That is bad.
I haven't got nothing yet.
Oh, well, it's sent to you.
All right.
That's because y'all have Androids.
Oh, quiet.
Android's fine. Oh, there is one guy in the chat. Look at that.
Yeah, KC, yeah.
One guy, huh?
Android.
Well, it says there's 11, but
Android is to Goodman as Apple is to ICP.
I don't know about that one. Nah, I like my Android.
Have you ever tried an iPhone?
I seen one at the store.
Yeah, but you see, you've never owned one though.
My wife had one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's had a few of them. She had like a 5, and then whatever came up, like a 6 or 7, or wherever they're at now. How do you find them so quickly? Were they all ready to go? That's right. Finish your soup. Come on.
Oh, I've got a time reserve here, man. I can just keep going. A couple of my friends and I, who have absolutely no limits, have just this meme thread going for the past year. I'm just trying to find the most offensive memes possible. So nothing's off limits, and it just escalated very quickly.
Well, Eric is an equal opportunity offender.
So is Curtis not with us? He just left it up so we could stay in here?
Uh-huh. Well, no, Chris is hosting it. I don't know if he's still here.
Yeah, I'm here. I've just been sitting here listening.
Oh, well, who's the Bauer House logo then?
That's Chris's channel.
Yeah.
He's on
yeah,
two
I was
devices.
having.
Oh, you got two
Yeah, I
different
was having
ones. Okay.
technical difficulties. Everything's running off cell service.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Good thing I've got unlimited, huh?
Yeah.
There you go.
You'd have done used it up, that's for sure.
Miss Olivia finally fell asleep.
Them suckers
So
off.
anybody
Eric.
got
Damn it,
anything
Eric.
interesting going on this week?
I got a
So-
change. I got a change out scheduled.
Yeah.
Oh, we talked about that earlier.
Ew, change out. I'm glad I don't have to do those anymore.
Yeah, they suck.
Gosh.
I don't want to do that crap unless it's a vertical unit. I don't want to do it. It's like, is it vertical? No. We were talking. Ralph and I were talking about those water sources earlier. I don't know if you guys have seen the stuff I posted. I've had to literally go to that place and take a water source unit, brand new Bosch water source unit, recover all the gas out of it, completely disassemble it, bring it into an attic, and reassemble it.
Damn.
I might just say
The hell with that.
Yep. I'm glad I don't have that shit.
It's a pain in the ass.
Chris, how's your Bosch doing?
Great.
Put a Bosch on your house?
He's got a Bosch out there.
Yes, I did. I've got a Bosch with a 20 SEER American Standard coil and an Ameristar 95% variable speed furnace.
Boy, that's a matchup right there.
Don't let them give you shit, Chris. It's beautiful.
Hey,
Ameristar
thing works
is
great.
Trinikin. There you go. Works great.
So what, Bosch doesn't make their own indoor equipment?
You don't
They
make a
do. They
furnace.
make an air handler. They don't make a furnace.
They do make coils, though. Why didn't you use a Bosch coil?
My supplier didn't offer the Bosch coil, so the Bosch rep said that the 20 SEER American Standard coil would have been comparable, if not better, because of the size of the coil.
Rock on.
The old American Standard, y'all.
Thought you were gonna say Bosch, and it'd be like
Highest in consumer
abbreviated.
ratings, well above Train with its 1.5% failure rate.
Yeah.
Especially that IntelliPack that I changed all 4 compressors on within the first 3 years.
Well, you pretty much have all the 1.5%.
Yeah, I experienced all the 1.5, or that other 4-year-old unit that blew up at the third It's on its third evaporator motor.
I've got to go look at 25 Aeon units this week about doing the PMs on them.
Wow.
So
Call me if you want to
he
have
said-
some Aeon experience.
Do what?
I said, call me if you need to. I have some Aeon experience. Basically, people
Yeah,
never
I've got-
maintain them around in my area and let them turn into ice cubes.
Yeah, and that's I've had that. Aeons were some of the first rooftop units I ever had to do maintenance on. So, but these have the heat wheels in them, and I've never had to deal with those in the Aeons. So,
What is a heat wheel?
oh, the heat recovery.
They're transferring the heat from the air that's being exhausted out of the building to the air that's being brought in as fresh air. And it's basically just a round spinning filter.
Yeah.
It has its own little motor on it with a big belt, a really, really long belt. Those are a pain in the ass. And the heat wheel itself, which is, like I said, it's just like a pleated filter that's round. That's really expensive.
Chris,
yeah,
where
he
do you
said
live?
something about their
Where do you live at again, Chris?
Southern Illinois.
Illinois. Okay.
I'm like an hour and a half from Paducah, and I'm an hour from St. Louis.
Okay.
But he said those heat transfer wheels, he said they're designed, I guess you just pull them out and spray them off. So I don't know, we'll see. That's why I told him I wanted to come look at. He wanted me to give him flat rate based on tonnages for all the Aeon units. All together, it's going to be somewhere around, he couldn't remember the exact number, but he said it's over 50 units.
Wow.
So
That's a lot of Aeon equipment.
Jeez.
So It's a combination of Aeons and some train units, some carrier rooftop units, some split systems, and mini splits. And see, it's all for the school system. So, I'll probably do the mini splits myself. But if all it is PM, if all it is cleaning changing filters and cleaning coils, that'd be something good for Zach to do.
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Thanks, man. I could clean some coils. I hate it though.
It'd be a lot cooler if you had a coil gun.
I like that.
Those condenser coils.
Short of like the Aeons, a lot of those Aeons have that have micro channel coils.
I've never seen an Aeon with a micro channel.
Really?
I just put in two Aeons, and neither of them had micro channel.
The Aeon units that are on top of the Walgreens distribution center here in town, all the condenser coils were micro channel.
Are they package units?
Yeah.
Okay. We put in two Aeon splits a couple months ago, and they were both tube and fin, and one of them had no gas in it from the.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
Isn't this precious in the chat?
What's going on in the chat?
Oh, just look at it.
I think the guy who made Eric's memes is here.
Good Lord.
I guess I gotta go look now.
Yeah, me too.
He messed up a couple times and just put the letter V. Man, dude, you're slipping over there. You need to get that copy and paste skill down, because apparently he's trying to hit Control C and then Control V, but he didn't hit Control and just posted V.
And my heating guy just loaded the video.
In my heating guy, I like it.
Is it going to be a furnace with no return? That was awesome. Do you guys see that video?
I haven't watched that one.
It's a furnace. It literally, like, they cap and tap the duct. At least that's what I call it, when they just bring a duct into the side of another duct.
Right.
And you just cut out a hole on the metal duct and screw it together. But they didn't cut out the hole.
Wow.
So there's literally no return on the furnace.
My God.
That's not enough.
Yeah, no return is not enough.
I mean,
it's literally not enough. I like what our chat has devolved into now. Dude, if you're going to make racist jokes, at least have them be somewhat funny. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to report this guy to the internet.
We're going to report you to Google.
Google will take care of this right here. That's he couldn't prevent it when that guy busted into the Hangout with that, I don't know what you call it. It's like that sexual pose he was doing on a little screen. It was funny as hell. I don't know if you missed that one, but the little music was going bow now, look it now, look it out. They were just going at it in the picture. It was hilarious.
I remember on Palace Hangout one time, a guy busted in there and was saying some ridiculous stuff about, like, I don't know, some just ridiculously racist stuff, and like Palace had to kick him. It was pretty funny.
Hey, Zach, what was that one we were in not too long ago? I think Ralph was hosting it, where the guy showed up in some kind of mask and went, "What are y'all doing?"
Yeah, there was a stowaway in that one too. One of them crashed Mike's Hangout, like totally ruined it. He had to start a new one. He tore that fucker down. Poor Mike. Man, ain't no competition, though, is it?
Yeah, that's right.
Ain't no competition.
He smoked his ass.
Oh, Mike. We're listening, Michael.
Michael, we're listening, Michael.
I was in that hangout, and like you guys were doing a hangout, and then Ralph did a hangout. It's just like, oh well, we're fucked.
There was like three or five of y'all and like 50 of us.
And truthfully, one of them was me just watching Mike talk shit about us. Like, what is he doing? It's like saying Zach's doing a hangout. I was like, I'm watching yours. Oh well. It's funny. Smoked him.
I can't go to this guy's YouTube channel. It's because I popped out the chat. I want to see this guy's YouTube channel.
He's got some chat. He's got some videos. He's got 270 subs.
270 subs, huh?
The Aryan Nation.
Right.
270 subs. Or
It's funny how people get in the chat and they're like, I'm going to post some edgy shit that's going to make you guys look bad. It's like, no, it comes after your screen name.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Zach, you saw Rochester got a job link, huh?
Yeah, I saw that.
That means
Oh,
the
God.
old 2.5 ton 13 SEER R22 American Standard heat pump dual fuel is going to be getting some attention now.
God damn, you did that pretty well, John. Can you do that twice? Well, yeah,
So,
right.
Fitzy got him a job link, huh?
Yeah, that means the old 2.5 ton 13 SEER R22 American Standard heat pump dual fuel system is going to be getting a lot of attention now up at World Headquarters.
I seen
Does field piece have a combustion analyzer?
Yeah, with the big with the big blue easy reader thermostat.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll have to find time to do it in between his Costco frozen food reviews.
That's right.
It's weird to
He has Costco frozen food reviews?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
Oh wait a second. What? Where have you been, man?
We just posted a new video.
Hey, Fritz is cooking again. Next level yummy.
Yeah, it was.
You have really missed out. Your life is only like 80% complete.
How come like Testo calls me and just talks to me for 20 minutes, but people are sending this guy tools? What am I doing wrong here?
You don't live with Mama.
Am I not spending enough time on my knees in front of reps for manufacturers? I mean, is that the problem?
I think we can fill out this short questionnaire, Eric. We can get to the root of the problem, man. You ready?
Okay.
They send you a device. The device explodes. Do you tell people about it?
Yeah.
You don't get a device.
I fucking break everything, man. I swear to God, everything I get breaks. So it doesn't matter. If you want to test your tool's durability, send it to me. Because I have never gotten anything that I haven't been able to break.
You're not getting shit, see? You sound like a troublemaker, Eric. We can't send you anything.
You got Ralph running over fucking refrigerant scales.
Yeah, evidently they asked him to do that. That's funny.
Yeah.
I swear if they give me that scale, it'll be broken within 6 months. And it won't be from running it over. It'll be from just using it in the field. A field piece meter, 6 months. Let's see. iConnect broke the suction pressure transducer within 2 months. Appion PT gauges, high side gauge failed to connect to Bluetooth within 2 weeks.
What? Whoa.
What else do I got? What else do I got?
What the fuck are you doing to these tools?
Using them in the field where they say they're going to be used. I bought the Appion and they were great customer service. I can't say anything bad about them. The gauge still worked. It just wouldn't connect to the app. But I bought the Appion because I watched your video where they play fucking hockey with it, and I'm just like, that's the kind of tool I want, because nothing I get fucking lasts.
You can never play hockey with my tools.
But yeah, the field piece SC260, 6 months, it's dead.
That sucks.
Pretty much everything I buy. Testo smart probes. Oh yeah, temperature clamp failed within 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not unnormal.
So it's kind of sad. I have the original 550s though from when they first came out, and finally one of those temp clamps went bad.
Yeah, that's the German-made ones though.
Yeah, I have the German-made ones. The original 550 non-Bluetooth cost me like $500 when they first came out.
Yep.
Yep. DOS gauges.
DOS gauges.
DOS gauges.
Gauges ist das verdammt kaputt.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, you can try your Fluke and go ahead and take the dirt off the Fluke and take it back to work with you, like you were saying.
That's what I'm doing, man. At this point, like I noticed that Fluke's the only one that makes a meter that's completely waterproof, dustproof, and can survive a 10-foot drop. I have not found any other person that claims that their meter will survive any of that. It's hard to even find one that's water resistant.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, man.
So
Are all
does
of them
that
like
mean-
that, or just the one you got?
No, the one I got is water resistant, but Fluke has a meter that's like a 27, Fluke 27, that's waterproof, dustproof, and will survive a 10-foot drop.
How much does that motherfucker cost?
$400 and some dollars.
Oh, I actually thought it was gonna be more. So okay.
Yeah.
Well, they have an intrinsically safe version of the same one, and I can't even imagine what that costs.
Oh,
It's got a red rubber case instead of the yellow one, so that must mean it costs twice as much easy.
Let's see.
But we'll see what happens.
Fluke 374 cost $314.
What's the 374? You know, I was looking at the 365, and I was honestly like, if that thing had a bigger resistance scale, I would buy it. But it only goes to 6,000 ohms, which is not enough. I had a fan motor the other day that was a failed fan motor. It was 275 kilo ohms to ground, and it would pop the fuse after 4 hours.
Don't you have a mega ohm meter from Fluke?
I do.
But you just want a self-contained one thing to carry? Is that what you're saying?
The field piece does 40 mega ohms to ground, the SC260, resistive. Not an insulation test, but resistive, and it would have caught that motor.
Yeah.
And it did catch that motor, but that was before it broke. But a meter that only has 6,000 ohms resistive is going to tell me that motor's good, and then I'm going to get a callback.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can't trust meters like that anymore. I've had a carrier package unit that was blowing fuses, and it had a motor that was like 400,000 kilo ohms to ground, but the same deal. It would like run for a day or so and blow a fuse. So I want to be the guy that when they call me out to a unit, has a meter that can say, yeah, your motor's bad, and replace it and not get a callback.
I think that's understandable.
I see it a lot. I mean, if you guys don't run into it a lot, then you don't need that meter, but I see it a lot.
I need to get me another mega ohm meter.
What mega ohm meter are you using?
I don't have one right now. I was using the Subco.
Yeah, the Subco I couldn't use because it only does 208, 230 motors.
One of my supply houses has the field piece. Is it any good?
I've never used the field piece one.
never
I
seen
didn't
it.
know they had one.
Yeah, I looked at it. I didn't buy it, but I looked at one.
I would look at one that has
Zach, you still like the Reed?
How much is it?
Yeah, the Reed's fine. They don't make the model that I have anymore. I don't think.
No, they don't.
I don't think they do. I think there's a newer version of it.
How much is the fuel piece one?
I don't know how much it is. I hadn't priced it.
I would look at one that has multiple ranges though, because mine has 50 volts, so I can test like a 24 volt circuit with 50 volts, and it has I think it has 250 volts, so you can test a 120 volt circuit, and then it has 500 volts to test a 240 volt circuit, and then it has 1,000 to test a 480 volt circuit. So you might want to consider having one that can do multiple tests, because one that like the Subco, I think it can only do a 500 volt test, which is great if you're only working on 230 volt motors, 208, 230. But, when you run into that oddball, it's not going to be good.
The Reed does do up to 1,000 volts. For the test, 1,000 volts.
Looks like the field piece is about $100.
No, it's not bad. I think the Subco is what, like 80?
Yeah.
Yeah, 85, right in there.
What's that one that Heavy Diesel uses? That thing looks pretty badass.
I thought he used a similar one to you. Doesn't he have a Reed?
No, I think he has one made by Megger. I think.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Megger is their own company.
Yeah. And he's a pretty smart guy.
I'd like to get a Fluke one, but them some bitches are expensive.
What's the number? Was it like 587, 287, some shit like that, Eric? The fluke.
I have
Fluke.
I have the 1587, but it's a multimeter. It's not just an insulation tester. And that thing was almost $800. But I think if you go with just a Megger, it's going to be a lot less. But mine will literally do like most of the functions.
They have a 1503 for $450.
What does it only do megs though? I mean, because that's kind of
it looks like it's strictly a Megger.
It's a mega meter.
Yeah.
It's a Fluke 1503 insulation tester.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damn money for a Megger.
Yeah, I think I'd probably just get
if that's all what you're using it for sure.
Yeah.
Mine's a multimeter. It's not just a Megger. It does everything. Because I was looking at just getting Meggers, and a lot of Meggers are between like $300 and $500, and I was like,
Zach, I still see the one you have.
Is it still there? Is it
Yeah,
the
it's still there.
5500?
Let me verify. Yep, the ST 5500.
All right, well, good deal. Was it $200?
Yep, $195.
I like that one. It doesn't have that low voltage range like he was talking about. It has 250, 500, and 1,000.
It's got 750, 1,000. No, yeah, in the red, yeah. Hold on, let me see if I can blow it up.
I think it's 250, 500, and 1,000. Well, I could be wrong.
Yeah, on the red, it's 200. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, 250, 500, and 1,000. Yeah.
See, you want to test at roughly double the insulation or double the voltage that the circuit uses.
What number do you test on, Zach?
I test on 500. All my stuff's 230 volts.
Yeah, it looks like they did come out with a newer model though, 5600 instead of the 5500.
Yeah, I've never used it at the 50 volts on a low voltage circuit, but
I mean, it looks like the same damn thing to me, Zach. I mean, it just looks like the dial's a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably I like mine. I mean, I've been using it for whatever.
Yeah.
Emin recommended it, so it's been a couple of years at least. Because
whatever happened to that guy?
He's a drug dealer.
He's a drug dealer, really?
No, he's in space at the International Space Station. I don't know. I think he got Legionnaire's disease or something.
Yeah, I saw that on the news one day, right? And I think I talked to you about it around that time. Like that was a long time ago. That a bunch of guys in New York got Legionnaires from a contaminated water source system, and then I think you told me that he got sick from that.
Yeah, I believe
he was sick. Yeah.
Somebody wrote me a message on Facebook and said that the drug thing wasn't true. That he actually was like near death from being sick.
And then I saw him respond a couple times in the Google Plus group, but then I never seen him respond again. I tried to message him from there. Because he was one of the first people that I was watching on YouTube.
Yeah, I guess I'm off to buy this damn read.
They're nice tools to have for confirming when you need to, you know?
Yeah.
But also having a meter that can measure a lot of resistance is great too.
Yeah.
Because most of them, that Testo does, but I think you're pretty much done with that thing. I was looking at them. I was looking at like every meter yesterday, and the only clamp meters that have good resistive range were the UEI, the Testo, and the Field Piece.
Mm-hmm.
And they all went to like 40 or 50 megohms of resistance.
Which one of the UEIs was it?
Pretty much all of them were going up that high.
Oh.
Besides the most basic ones. I think pretty much all the mid-range to high-end ones were pretty high on resistive.
Yeah. I want to test out that one that NorCal uses, at 429, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure that one does it because I was looking at the 3 series and they were doing it. So I thought about it, but then I was like, I already have the 179, so I'm just going to bring that back in.
Yeah, might as well. You already have it. Well, what happened? Everybody disappeared again. Chris, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
All right. It's comforting. Just know people are there. Yeah. Well.
Why is that guy rocking back and forth as he's jerking his gherkin? Is that me?
No,
yes,
that's me.
I definitely was. I mean, but I'm done now, so I'm back in the chat.
I'll take over. I'll be Dallas.
Man, this late at night, we get all the people that just want to have the comments of the day.
Yep. End it with a bang.
I was watching this YouTube channel that I subscribed to the other day, and they were showing this rifle, and the top comment at the time was some random person was, "I want to shove this rifle up my pussy." So I was like, I got a thumbs
yeah,
up.
you screenshotted that.
I'm like, I got a thumbs up this and comment on it because this has to stay the top comment. This deserves to be the top comment because, why not?
Some random shit out there. Top comments always kind of surprising.
Oh, man.
What was this guy too before he went off on his copy paste tirade? Say I if you have a girlfriend.
I'm married, so no.
Yeah, I was gonna say most of the people in here are married. I'm basically married, so none of us.
No. Nope.
So, do you guys all keep wasp and hornet killer spray with you this time of year?
Oh yeah, man. I was talking about it earlier, man. That's what I use right here. Works great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yours must be pretty good.
That son of a bitch drilled me. It couldn't have been any more center between my eyes where that son of a bitch hit me. Oh, first time I've ever been stung in the face, and literally it felt like somebody hit me with a ball bat.
I remember when I first started in the trade, and a guy opened a disconnect, and there was wasps in there. So he just took the R22 and turned it upside down, and just like stuck it up in the bottom of the disconnect with the cover closed still, and just like let it rip in that disconnect.
First cryogenically frozen wasps.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were, man. He opened that thing, and they were just like ice cubes on their little nest. Yep.
Hey, Chris, I was thinking about it, man. After you got stung, do you have any more service calls?
Yeah, when I took that picture, I was on my way to the next one.
Hey, when you get to the call, you're all swollen up in the head. Open the door, it's like, man, it's the guy from the Goonies is here to fix our air conditioner. Wouldn't that be fun?
The lady was looking at me funny because my eyes kept watering, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I had a wasp sting me right before I got here," and she's like, "Oh, I see it now." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I'll be all right." Where's your furnace and where's your breaker box at?
Sorry, I just took a big hit of crystal meth.
Yeah.
Who disappeared? Where'd Justin go?
Places.
Yeah, he went places, didn't he?
He joined here just to prevent you from leaving until John joined.
Well,
He didn't actually say much.
I'm leaving anyway.
No, you're not.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. I'm going to go to bed.
You're not leaving because I got more dank memes to send.
I got to go. You can keep doing that, though. That's fine. I'll read them whenever I get up.
Yeah, I'm about ready to shut her down.
I'm not blocking anybody. That was entertaining.
You're on Central Time, man. You have no excuse.
Yeah, I got
still like 9 o'clock there.
I got like 3 calls to run tomorrow.
Oh, I think I'll stay home.
3 calls to run tomorrow. That sounds like double time.
I like that one, Eric. That was pretty good.
See, I haven't seen any of these. What?
This damn meme. That's hilarious. That's pretty good.
You like that one?
That's like exactly correct. Well, I don't know. South Africa might be like a white area or something, but that's pretty good. That's my favorite one so far. I'm gonna make that my profile picture.
There you go. Put it on Facebook, man. Put it on Facebook.
I'll be asked to leave Facebook by the Facebook bots. Well, all right, boys. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all.
All right, me too. See ya.
Oh
Later,
man, everybody's gonna leave.
Yep. Watch me.